everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the I/O panel. This is episode 242, being recorded on Sunday, December 12th, 2021. My name is Michael. I'll be the host this week. With me, as always, Evan and James, in that order. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Very good.
So, a lot going on this past week. I think we'll get to that in the news here in a bit. But before we get to that, Evan, how was your week?
Once again, largely uneventful. I can't think of any personal revelations. I survived. Do you guys remember the? Wasn't there a storm in Maryland that was like reported, severe, and then someone showed a picture of a tipped over plastic chair in their backyard and be like, I survived. I survived a possible tornado in my area.
I was just talking about that with someone last night. And
I
thought it was a hurricane. Or I'm sorry, not a hurricane, an earthquake.
Okay. It was
I thought there was an earthquake overnight.
Natural disaster type thing. Yeah, but that was amusing. I just thought of that because there was a fairly strong storm that came through the Mid-South / Tennessee Valley. Am I right there, Mike? You told me like an hour ago.
Something like that. I believe they said the Midwest and the Tennessee Valley.
Yeah, but quite a sizable storm, but I liked it.
So no tornadoes where you're at, though.
I mean, none that I saw. Like, it's possible some touchdown slightly on the Arkansas side of where I am, or like a little north or south. I keep to a 10-mile radius, really. That's my comfort zone. Everything I need is there. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, don't venture out to find anything new. It's a bad idea. Yeah, just know your place. Stick to it.
Correct.
That's my advice. Very slow work week. We're doing a transition. Actually, it's finished now officially. The remote access for Windows and Linux was transitioned from one product. I don't know if I say TPAM. Does that mean anything to you guys? Maybe the privileged access, the PAM part, privileged access management. You go like sign out a network account for a certain server, and they monitor you. It replace because they want to restrict you. Minimum required privilege or whatever. We used to just use remote desktop freely, and it was awesome. And then they replaced that several years ago with this like Java-based web console, which was garbage. And now they're onto another program by, I think the company's called CyberArk. It's got a very long name. The abbreviation is PUMAs. That's another privileged access management. But at least this time it's somewhat tedious. Like you still have to check out a network account and a server, but it does use remote desktop again. So it's at least somewhat usable. Anyways, that transition's all finished. Other than that, some update like failed on my laptop about 2 weeks ago, having to do with it was like, your start menu crashed. Please sign out and we'll try to fix it. And ever since then, I cannot left click on the start menu. I have to right click and run a process or use one of my shortcuts. And the CPU is constantly above 75%. So the battery lasts like an hour. I called the help desk, and if it's not like a password issue, like, sorry, we don't have the staff to help you right now. We're overloaded with calls. Try again later. So it's still a problem.
Can you just submit a ticket online or something?
Yes, but they have a month roughly to respond to that.
A month. Wow. Okay.
That's a great service there.
I probably should have done that as like a just in case, but I did not. I may do that tomorrow. Thank you for the suggestion reminder. Of course, I could fix this problem myself, very likely, if I had admin rights to my machine, which I am no longer allowed to. So it's another.
Yeah,
it's another thumbs down.
I don't either.
There's no trust, Mike. Where's the trust?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like that checking out shit. We don't even have any of that.
Yeah.
We probably should, but we don't. We are gods in our world.
Look, I like that. I don't appreciate this. Well,
we don't have 700 admins or whatever it is you have. Huh?
I guess. It's just an inconvenience.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hindrance to productivity.
Could be.
Yeah. But that's really it for me. I can't think of anything else to bring up.
All right.
Yeah.
James, how was your week?
Unproductive. Just been job hunting, getting ready to move house.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Playing a few video games. Not really playing very many. People have been buying me a lot of video games for some reason.
Oh.
That I have not been playing. Someone got me Axis and Allies because they're like, "You're gonna love this." It's like a way more complicated Risk, which I like Risk, but I don't like Axis and Allies. I saw it. And I was like, I don't. They said, "You're gonna love this game," and I said, "Okay, I'll get it when I can." With no intention of getting it, and then I looked at my Steam thing, and someone had bought it for me. I was like, "Great!" And then someone else bought me.
Obligated.
Yeah, now I'm obligated to play it, so I downloaded it. It's installed on my computer. Someone bought me Thunder Tier 1, which is a look-down strategy, tactical SWAT type game where you are a special forces operator, but it plays like a tactics game, if you know what that is. I know you guys probably don't know what that is, but maybe Evan does. But it plays like a tactics game. So that I played a little bit of, and that's not bad. It's not half bad a game. Someone else bought me Strange Brigade, which I have no intention of playing. And then for $20, I bought Project Zomboid because now it's multiplayer. Which
I hear good things about that game.
Yeah, I want to play that, but I know I'm not going to because I'm not going to have reliable people to play with me.
What up? No.
It's going to be really one of the more frustrating things. Also, I started playing Farming Simulator 22. Which is like that falls in the category of I should have bought that, but
okay.
That game is like oddly relaxing, and I could see a world where I have nothing going on, and I just want to chill. That's a perfect game to do that in. Like you literally have a farmhouse, and I put a dog on my farmhouse, and the dog, I can throw the ball back and forth with the dog and pet him while I wait for my fucking plants to grow and my sheep to finish making wool or whatever the fuck they do, and my bees to make honey. I mean, it's just all that normal stuff. And then you drive it around this like fake town and deliver it here and there and in a tractor like a fucking psychopath. I mean, it's a chill-ass game. Yeah, it's fucking relaxing, honestly. It's by the same people who make all the other simulator games. So, like, they have a radio station in the game, which is, it's like Das Truck 99, you know? It's like for German guys who love Truck Simulator. So it's like Das Truck, you work, we truck, you know? It's like, okay. Okay.
Oh, but maybe it's something I need to look into.
Yeah, you'd hate Farming Simulator, Michael. You might like Truck Simulator. You'd hate Farming Simulator.
Right,
Truck Simulator. He just wants to listen
to
the radio.
Yeah, it's way too complicated. It's too complicated for me.
What, the CB?
No, the farming.
No, but Evan said he wants to just listen to the radio.
Oh,
yeah.
Said,
what, the CB?
Yeah, probably.
No, Farming Simulator, yeah, I have no interest in that.
It's the insane amount of detail they go to in this game is out of the world. It's out of this world, honestly. Like you name it, you can actually do it in the game. Everything to the most minute detail. If it's related to farming. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I've been doing most of the week. Job hunting. light gaming. I did have some leftover pie mix, so I made 2 more pies before it went bad. It had eggs in it, so I got to do something with it. So I made 2 more pies.
Did you consume them?
No. Believe it or not, I've eaten less pie. Actually, every year I eat less pie, and this year is the least. I mean, I had a whole pie to myself this year, and I hadn't tasted any of the pie until when we had Thanksgiving, Michael, with you. And then I didn't eat any more pie until I had 1 pie left, and I was like, well, I need to just start cutting on this pie, otherwise it's going to go bad. So then I forced myself to be eating it. So over the last 2 weeks, I've eaten some, you know? And then I had to take the mix and turn it into pies, otherwise it would go bad. So I got 2 more pies in the refrigerator I need to get rid of. But yeah, I've not... Surprisingly enough, I'm not sitting here eating pies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah,
There are acceptable pies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Sure they are. A little, how they say, a quickie? Oh, quiche.
Yep,
okay,
quickie.
yeah, sure.
Man, I haven't had a quiche in forever.
Quiche is great, man.
I love me some quiche.
I've ruined more than 1 quiche. Yeah.
Like with your... Never mind.
No, like in the microwave, you know, or not understanding what it was. Like the first time I bought quiche, I didn't know what it was, and I forget what I did with it, but I ruined it.
So you yelled at it for being deceptive.
when I was younger, we used to buy quiche at Giant. You know, they used to have ready-made quiches that we would get every so often, and damn good.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Don't see the quiches anymore. I guess the people have
still
moved
there.
on.
They're frozen now.
They're frozen.
Yeah, you get the frozen ones.
These were like made like at the store.
Yeah, I remember those. And I think that's what happened to me. I think I bought a frozen, like an uncooked one, thinking I just had to heat it up, but it needed to be baked or something, and I was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I'll just microwave it and turn it into an abomination.
That sounds like the chicken cordon bleu debacle.
Yeah, I remember that. First time JC served me food. Yeah.
Was it
Idiot.
a raw chicken breast?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah. It wasn't meant for the microwave, put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did not. It said on the bag, "Don't cook this in the microwave. Put it in the oven."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "It's fine."
Yep.
Like,
I mean, it's called a microwave oven, so it's fine, like you said.
There you go.
I mean, he was 12 at the time, so it's all good. No, wait, actually, he was well into adulthood.
He was 28. That's
Yeah,
what he was.
he probably was. Like 26 at least, 25, 26.
Oh boy.
Who knows how much raw chicken he's consumed in his life.
Just
He's
unaware.
He has been eating raw chicken for years.
No wonder he has a crazy cough.
Yeah.
He's like, "Blah." Like, yeah, all right.
Yeah. That's
All right.
salmonella talking.
Yeah, probably. So my week was fairly uneventful, except for Friday, where I was not feeling well, but I'm okay now, so I'm good. And then Saturday, earlier this week, I got kind of last minute invited to a holiday party, a work holiday party. So I went to that last night. It was at the International Country Club in Fairfax, Virginia.
Oh.
It's quite far.
20 some odd miles from here. On Lee Jackson Memorial Highway. Like every good road in Virginia, you know?
Yep.
But yeah, it was cool. You know, good food. Met some people. I'd never met anyone in person, ever. So, you know, none of these people. So, good to meet a couple of them that I'd talked to but never met.
Mm-hmm.
You know, open bar. You know?
There you go. You get nice and liquored up.
I had a couple drinks, you know.
Did you challenge what was acceptable at work?
Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, I mean, it was a better time than I thought it would be. So
Good.
yeah, it was cool. And that's really it. Yeah, other than that, not a whole lot going on over here, except getting ready to move.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're quite literally moving on up
that's right. That's right.
to a
Can't
deluxe
wait.
apartment in the sky.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, that'll be fun. I've had fun here living by myself the last, I don't know, couple months, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But all that's
Well,
going to come
That's
crashing
about
to
to
an end.
end, boy.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
know.
like, James, I got some bad news for you.
What's that? Oh yeah, I know. He said, "I prefer things the way they are."
Yeah.
So you've considered van living, haven't you? Like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have that sleeping bag in the back of your
That's right.
FJ Cruiser, right? So you
That's
can
right.
bivvy wherever you need.
That's true. Yeah. Exactly.
See, all I have to do is frame it in a way that James will like,
As bivouac. Oh, that sounds exciting. Can I wear my poncho? You sure can. Oh well, maybe I will. I'll try. I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to need it on those
Mm-hmm.
19-degree nights.
Yep, absolutely. Nothing like sleeping in your car in the dead of winter.
Yep.
Oh, that sounds great. Although me and Evan,
It
well, we
wasn't
weren't
so
in the
bad.
car that time. It was the night before.
Mm-hmm.
We slept on the ground. That was
Yeah.
not fun.
My
Mistakes
sleeping
were made.
bag. My sleeping bag is a below 40
Was
degree
it
sleeping
0
bag.
degree or whatever?
Yeah, 0 degrees. So I'll be good to go.
All right, cool.
I've invested my money in quality.
Well,
Actually,
thank
there's a
you-
guy-
Thank you for your understanding.
Yeah, no problem. There's a guy on TikTok I started to follow. I can't remember his name, but he starts off every TikTok with he's like, "Do you want to go on an adventure with me?" And then he starts to go on the adventure, and he's like, "Too bad, you're going." And then he goes like out in the woods in the middle of nowhere. He's hiking. There's like weird like music playing, and then he like climbs up in a tree and starts drinking tea up in a tree and looks at the view, and he's like just like too cool and too handsome for his own good. And I'm just like, man, this guy's like the guy you want to be. Like he's a man's man, but probably not. He's probably gay as fuck. But he's still his content's great. And every time I watch like for like 2 hours I watched his videos today, and I was like, man, I need to go out. I need to go out and hit the streets. I need to go on an adventure. I need to go hiking in the woods. And I thought that would be a horrible idea because I'm in the worst shape I've ever been in my life.
Well, yeah, but you and I, James. I mean, I'm in the worst shape too. So you and I both need to get our shit in order.
Yeah. Yep.
You do need
Although
to get
maybe
in touch
the-
with nature again, though.
Maybe the first month or two we're together,
Yeah.
though, things are going to go downhill quick.
No, I don't think
And
so.
then
It's going to be like a rubber band. It's like,
Yeah.
with all the added weight, it's going to stretch to its limit. Probably won't snap, but then you're going to rebound, and you'll be living. I was about to say living in the sky. You'll be
No.
we'll already be
we're
living in the sky, Evan.
Yeah.
you'll do great.
Evan, it's
I'm
going to be like when
confident
you and
in
I
you
live
guys.
together.
It's
gonna be like what-
imaginary competition,
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll be competing with Michael, and he won't be competing.
right?
Yeah, but that's good for me. That's what I need.
That's good for you. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Michael doesn't. Michael could just literally all hell could be breaking loose next to Michael, and Michael will just continue to float down the river. Like he doesn't care. He's on like everyone else is the ship in a perfect storm. Michael is on the lazy river. He's on the lazy river ride at Wild World. He's like just chilling, So I can be on my competition like I got to eat better than Michael. I'm just having oatmeal today. I'm fasting, and Michael's like, yeah, I'll just have 7 cheesesteaks. He's lazy rivering it. So that'll be good. It'll be good for me at least. And Michael, and I think if I'm eating less, Michael will eat less just because I'm not being like, yeah, let's go to an all you can eat. You know what I mean? So it'll be a good thing.
So I know that you went to Fogo de Chao not that long ago, maybe a couple months ago.
Uh
How was that?
It was pretty good. I don't know. It's funny. I like every time I've gone to a place like that. This is my first time going to Fogo de Chao, but every time I've gone to places like that, I like them. But they reach a cap of repetitiveness that is inevitable when you're just like waiting for someone to bring you one of like 5 different meats. It's really good. Everything is really well prepared. Now, Fogo de Chao is special because their salad bar is fucking amazing. It's like not even a salad bar. It's like a food bar. It's amazing. And there's a lot of variety and shit up there. So I think if I'd gone there on an empty stomach, I'd probably gone there and put some work in. But I went there and like the last, like, say 3 months, I've been feeling really bad as far as like eating. Like I've the days of like going and sitting down and eating an amazing amount of food are just done. Like even though I'm feeling unhealthy and bigger than I've ever felt, I also don't eat the way I used to eat either. Like I'll eat one meal and I'm like, oh god, I'm all gas, whatever, I'm bloated. So I think Fogo de Chao, like it was inevitable. I wasn't gonna have a good time. I did like it. The food was really good. The meat was fucking amazing. The food bar was fucking great. I just couldn't go there and do like I would do in my 20s, which is work that place.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We'll start small. We'll go to some Chinese places.
No. Definitely not.
Don't you miss Tyson's, Mike? That place was great.
I actually do, Evan. You're not wrong. That place is amazing.
And they had all the normal stuff, then some more exotic, but then like they had a whole, assortment of really unique appetizers. That was what drew me.
No, that place was great. That was like the best one of those places I've ever seen. So maybe other good ones exist. I don't know, but that one, man. Whew.
Rest in peace.
Now the one over here is cheap and okay.
That's what we're looking for.
That's about it. I mean, it's not bad. But it's not like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's just like, it's sufficient. It will do. And they have Chinese food, like the regular stuff. Then they have like some American stuff that's like weird,
Right.
I mean, it's not weird, but it's like, oh, mashed potatoes and corn and like
Macaroni
gravy. You're like,
pizza.
what the fuck? Yeah.
Pizza?
And like, yeah, they do. You're like, okay. Chicken nuggets.
I've never been to that restaurant, but I've been to that restaurant.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Speaking of restaurants, last night I went to a place called American Deli, which is run by Chinese and Spanish people, and I got a gyro sandwich and some fried fish, and it was delicious.
Wait, is this one sandwich?
No.
Oh.
I didn't order. I'd like, let me get a gyro, but then dump some fish in there. I didn't do that. There were two separate.
I mean, or they were like, "This is what Americans eat, right? Fried fish gyro." Like, oh,
they probably could have and would have done it for me.
This is Americana. Like, oh god.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, was it like a takeout kind of place?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. American. What's it called?
American Deli.
American Deli. Okay.
What kind of fish do they have in the American Deli?
There were two choices. I mean, both were fried, but I chose whiting. The other choice was tilapia.
No catfish?
No.
Hmm.
No black people working there, James.
I guess not.
No,
Memphis
they don't
is
have
changing.
any hip hop chicken and fish or whatever out there.
No.
Oh,
I know it's your favorite spot, but we don't have it here.
Yeah.
That's only a Baltimore thing, Michael.
If there was one closer, I might actually go, but it's a little bit of a hike to get there. So.
Was the food there any good when you went there?
It's okay.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
just
not
fried
good.
food.
Just okay.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
I mean, it's just
There's
fried.
a-
I mean, you'd probably like. You're like, oh, this is great. I mean, it's just fried fucking whatever.
They're
probably
surviving
wouldn't
on
like
the
it.
name.
I probably wouldn't like it. There's a place up here you should try called Southern something, and they sell soul food, and that's pretty great. It's the kind of fucking food. It's not the kind of food my mother makes, but like it's the kind of food that most black mothers or black families make. Macaroni, cheese, collard greens, shit like that. It's fucking good.
Did you see that one of those trucks comes here every now and again?
Food truck?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, okay. I don't. Maybe you weren't getting the emails yet, but yeah, there was one. I've eaten food from there once, and then I've seen it's been back once or twice. I haven't gone, but it's called like Soul Sister and the Brother or something like that. And it's that kind of food basically. But yeah, it's pretty good.
I haven't had some good greens in a while. Might have to seek them out.
All right. Well, why don't we jump into the news section here? The first one is from Moi. This is a twofer. So this article is actually about the fact that the California governor says he's ready to take action against gun violence. Okay, and the way he's doing it is based on what Texas has done with their abortion ban. So it turns out that the 6 week, so basically the Texas thing says basically you can't get an abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy. And someone challenged it all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court did not strike it down.
That's unfortunate.
So the governor of California is like, fine, sounds good. We're going to do the same thing that Texas did, but with guns. Because the unique thing about the Texas anti-abortion law is that private citizens can sue others who enable an abortion, right?
Oh, I like that.
So the
I like that for
governor
guns. Sorry, not for abortion.
Right. So the governor of California, Newsom, he said he's directed his staff to draft a bill that would allow private citizens to seek injunctive relief against anyone who manufactures, distributes, or sells an assault weapon or ghost gun kit or parts in the state of California. There you go.
Oh, that's not a big deal.
Then it also says the bill would also provide for the statutory damages.
Wait, are
at
assault
least-
weapons illegal in California?
Probably. Yeah.
No.
Why wouldn't they be?
Are they illegal in the United States?
Not anymore.
Yeah, so how can they be illegal in California?
They have a gun list in California. They say the gun has to be on this list. If it's
Uh,
on the list, you can't buy it.
Okay. All right, good enough.
Well, California crossed them off. Texas crossed them off.
So it says here, though, the bill would also provide for statutory damages of at least $10,000 in addition to attorney's fees. So there
Good,
you
let's
go.
pass it. Let's get it done. I'm all for it.
So he's
That's
like,
what they
fine,
need.
Fine, fuck it.
I mean, number one, I don't live in California, so I don't care. Number two, I don't own an assault weapon, so again, I don't care. Number three, if I bought one, I would just go buy it. I wouldn't buy like a ghost gun like a dickhead. You know, I hate saying that. I hate the term ghost gun. It's so fucking stupid. But I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? And you know, people who like you give your son an assault weapon for Christmas and don't teach him how to use it and give him responsibility, you deserve some culpability. You know, every time these fucking kids should go in these fucking schools and shoot a school up, their parents should be going to jail every fucking time. Every fucking time. Okay? Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where are they getting the gun?
Yeah.
A kid can't go buy a gun, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
where'd they get it?
And if they
And
want
they
to,
should
if
be
some,
in prison for bad parenting.
yeah, and if someone wants to sue the manufacturer, fine. Teach these fucking guys a lesson. You know, like the thing is, if you're a car company, right? And it's not a good example actually. Okay, you sell avocados. You're selling avocados in a country where people are like, I don't know what the fucking avocado is. What do? You get awareness out there. You put recipes out there to teach people how to use avocados, to show them how it's going to be a valuable change in their life. Okay? If somebody says, yeah, I know, I'll just take this avocado and stick it up someone's ass. You're going to be like, no, that's not how you use it. Here's a recipe. Okay? Car companies, they put a car out, they're like, here's a manual. Here's the right way to use it, and here's the right way to care for it. Gun companies are like, here's gun. Here's gun. Goodbye.
Here, gun, you take.
Yeah. So there's like, they don't really care what happens after you sell it to them. They're like EA. They're like a video game company. They just want to sell. They sell it to you, get you out the door with it, and then they're good. They have no incentive to get you back in the door later on, or to make sure you're satisfied with the product, you know?
You know what guns need, James? They need a further annoyance to make sure that you really want to shoot someone. Guns need microtransactions.
Yeah, or maybe like a thumbtack in the handle. So you're like, fuck it.
So you have to go through some pain to inflict pain.
Yeah, every time you pull the trigger, you get a nice little electroshock.
Right.
A little, you know? To steady off that neck shot. I'm not anti-gun. I love guns. I think guns are cool, but people have to be responsible, you know? I know if I had a gun, I'd be responsible with it. Michael's responsible with his gun, you know? We know plenty of people who are very responsible with guns. So why is it there's all these other people out there who just can't be bothered? It pisses me off. It's like you have a driver's license. Like, my driver's license expired. You don't see me driving anywhere. You know? I'm not a dickhead. I haven't gone anywhere. So, I don't know why people can't be bothered to follow the rules. You know? Anyway, go ahead, man.
So, speaking of ghost guns, our next article here, in local news, as I like to say. So, a police officer, Montgomery County, assigned to the Montgomery County Holiday Alcohol Task Force, locates a stolen firearm, a ghost gun, and a controlled dangerous substance during a traffic stop. So he pulled this guy over in Wheaton, I believe. So he detected the odor of cannabis coming from the passenger side compartment of the vehicle and observed cannabis inside the vehicle.
Careless driver.
So sketchy. So sketchy. Anytime you see this shit, it's sketchy as fuck. Cops are like, I smell weed. Do you? Do you though? Hey, is that marijuana shake on the floor? I see marijuana shake on the floor there. And it's almost always bullshit when they do that.
Well, it says he also observed the vehicle. Let's see, had safety equipment violation, so whatever that means.
Because your
tail lights out or something.
Because if you got a tail light out, you probably got a gun in the car. You know how it is, man.
Yep.
This is a series of unfortunate events, and this guy just happened. He just happened to have this shit on him. But they did the same shit to regular law-abiding people. Oh, you have a safety violation. Oh, is that marijuana shake on the floor? Dude, they did the same thing to me. I smell marijuana in the car. And they searched the car looking for marijuana shit. Of course, there was none. I'm so skeptical every time I see this. I know they found stuff. I'm looking at this picture of all the shit they found. But, you know, anyway, go ahead.
So what do you think? So they shouldn't have pulled him over?
No, I think
there was no reason to pull him over?
I think that these are normal tactics cops use to search people's cars. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying right now they got lucky.
Right.
But for every search, everything like this, they find there's a dozen people who get pulled over, and they search their car, and they tell them they got some marijuana, and they do all this stuff, and they found nothing. All they do is violate people's simple liberties.
So you think it's
and this it's 100% stop and frisk, and this score isn't enough for me to say, oh, it's all worth it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just like the last article, laws exist for a reason. Everyone needs to follow the fucking law. Don't stop and frisk people and violate their civil liberties. It is definitely stop and frisk. They just have all these laws so that cops can wheedle their way around it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he had a broken taillight. And when I walked up to the car, he's like, I think I saw marijuana shake on the floor. And I think I smelled marijuana. What is that? Can you even measure that? How do you measure that? I smelled marijuana.
I've definitely smelled strong odors of marijuana driving behind cars.
Sure, I have too, but I'm just saying.
And what if it's a single cop driving behind a single vehicle, not like in traffic trying to, like once again, single someone out? And
sure.
What if they legitimately did smell marijuana,
sure.
and then they saw the broken brake light when the person pulled over?
I mean, a broken taillight isn't enough reason to pull anyone over or give anybody shit. Maybe you pull them over and say, hey, look, you have a broken taillight. Here's your citation. I can see that. Fine, whatever. But the broken taillight is being used as leverage to search this person's car. You know?
I thought it was just one of the infractions listed on the
we don't know
stoppage.
We don't know the order, but I'll bet you if we saw the order of this, it would be some kind of unspoken profiling, broken taillight, then this other stuff fell into place. Because, I mean, yeah, maybe they smelled marijuana in the car. Maybe not. We don't know. You know, I don't see any joints sitting there. I see a little baggie of what might be marijuana shake, and then I see some other drugs here.
So, James, let me ask you a dumb question.
Yeah.
What the hell is marijuana shake?
That's a word that the cops use when you have bits of weed from rolling up a J and a little bit falls on the floor. Mm-hmm. Cops call that, the little red leftover bits, marijuana shake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a police term. It's not a regular people term.
Okay. I'd never heard that before. So.
Yep.
I mean, not like I'm around the marijuana, but yeah.
I only know that term from watching videos of, and I can show you a ton of videos of cops using this argument to pull people over and it being totally erroneous. That's my problem with it. I mean, they found some stuff here, but this is like the one case they found some stuff. I guarantee there's a dozen cases they didn't find anything. And they were looking at dirt on the floor or pieces of tobacco or who knows, marijuana shake from 6 months ago or whatever, or Italian seasoning or nothing. You know? They just use it as a pretense to search somebody's car because people don't know their law. Okay, I guess, okay, fine. And then they get them over there and they say, so you can tell me the truth. I'm not going to hold it against you. You smoked a little weed today, right? Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, man, I got to arrest you now. But you said, that's how cops do, man. That's how they do. You know, they're not your friend. They're like the HR motherfucker at work. That bitch is not your friend. She works for the company. She's not here to help you. She's here to eliminate your ass when you fuck up and to keep you from going apeshit when you get fucking, when your boss grabs your cock or grabs your titty or something. That's all. To bury that infraction. That's what her ass is there for. Not for your benefit. The same thing with cops. They're not here for your benefit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm on a tear.
Oh, just as a reminder, people, please do not drive under the influence of anything other than the good Lord's love.
That's right. Jesus will as high as I want to be, high on Christ, high on the blood of Christ. I go and drink a little wine at the Catholic Church under the eyes of Cathol, and eat some of the wafers, some of Jesus' body. That's all the high I need.
Dude, I used to love those fucking wafers, man.
They're horrible, man. Ugh.
Mike's
great.
like, it's snack time.
I used to be like, this motherfucker's body, yo.
Now, in Canada, at the grocery store, they sell bags of them.
Yeah.
That are, not blessed.
You can buy them.
Like it's a snack.
I forget. I've seen him somewhere. I feel like we went somewhere together, and you were like, "Look at that," and we saw him somewhere,
Maybe.
like years ago. Anyway, so whatever happened with this? Give us the rest of this story. What's going on with this?
I mean, nothing. He was arrested, and that's that.
Okay.
You know? I just found it. So a couple things that I found interesting. I mean, yeah, James took it a completely different direction. He's like, his civil liberties, blah. I'm like, I don't care about that. What I do care about is the 380 Glock in the picture, which is a very light green color. I've never seen a Glock. I guess it's just painted. I've never seen a Glock in that color.
It looks painted to me. Yeah, you see some black rubbing off here and there.
Yeah. And then the other more notable thing, and it looks like a Glock, is the quote-unquote ghost gun that's next to it. That's the ghost gun, which is looking very Glockish to me. Or, it could look like an M&P, or whatever, Like, just the way it looks like with the slide back and the barrel. Like, that's the way I've seen, like, Glocks look. Or an M&P, whatever. They all look very similar. I mean, all guns, they all look similar, I guess. But just the way it, you see, the barrel looks like it's, slightly pointed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, so I had not read this article. What I said is exactly what happened. They saw the cars. He had a safety equipment violation. He tailed the car. He said, I think I see impaired driving. That's so vague. That doesn't mean anything. And I guarantee you, if you look at why the guy was arrested, there's nothing about impaired driving there. This is the motivation to pull him over. Okay? Then he said, I went next to the car. Then I smelled marijuana. There's nothing about the guy had a lit joint in the car or anything like that. Nothing about that. It just says he pulls the guy over, gets the guy out of the car, and then he says the guy admitted to smoking weed before he drove. Okay? So you know what happened? He told the guy, he said, hey, look, man, it's cool. You can tell me. It's all good. Tell me, did you smoke? You smoked a joint. I could smell it, right? You smoked a joint before. He just logically guessed. He's like, this is some fucking Spanish guy. Of course he fucking smoked weed. Look at him. I'm just going to fucking... That's what he did. That's what he fucking did. I know cops...
Was he wrong, James? Was he wrong? They're all the same. They're all animals. No, kidding.
I mean... Get that scum off the street.
It's like asking a white guy, like,
Like, do you have Birkenstocks or not? Like,
yeah.
Admit it.
Yeah.
You
all right, I got him. Like,
you ate cream cheese today, right? Come on, man. It's all good. You can tell me if you did. You ate a water crate sandwich before you drove in a car.
What the fuck?
You have a confused relationship with goat cheese, right? It's okay if you tell me.
Man, they'd get a lot more white dudes if they asked that.
Pumpkin spice with almond milk? Yes or no?
Man, you'd be asking me. Yeah, my answer to all those questions is no. So.
And look at the picture of the
that.
guy. Look at the picture of the guy. Jesus Christ. This guy's ass to be pulled over.
Does he look like a criminal?
I mean, he looks black.
He looks black.
The bar is pretty low.
Kennedy Del Rosario Bautista. That's his name? Kennedy? Del Rosario Bautista. All one hyphenated last name. Interesting.
Yeah, this cop just got lucky, dude. He just got lucky. He ran into somebody, a sloppy, idiot. And he did his usual bullshit. Like, cops do this shit. They don't do this shit because they're like, I'm racist and I hate niggas. They do this shit because it works. That's why they do it. It's statistically, it's in their best interest to pull these little duplicitous tactics because it catches people.
It does. He made the streets safer by pulling 2 guns and 1 incompetent person off the road.
I mean, probably so. Yeah, he did. I'll give him that. He did. I just know the way he did it was sketchy.
Yeah.
Yep. And get you see what kind of cop it was? A Maryland National Capital Park police officer.
Yeah.
A what?
One of the worst. Right up there with state troopers. One of the most
Maryland
boredest set of
National
cops.
Capital Park police officer. So they only operate in
What is
Montgomery
their
County.
jurisdiction?
They only operate in Montgomery County and PG County.
Okay. It's like between 6th Street and 18th Avenue. That is their jurisdiction. Like
No,
4
apparently
blocks.
it's parks, but it's also a certain radius around each park.
Yeah.
Aha.
So it basically covers like almost everywhere, you know?
I'll bet you that ice skating rink is his territory. The one that's in the middle of Silver Spring.
Oh, at the Veterans Plaza or whatever?
Yeah. I bet you, because that's a park area.
But I mean, it's like, Sligo Creek Parkway. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a
And
park,
there's
whatever.
there's a little mini park over there too. There's a bunch of parks there.
There's
I mean,
parks everywhere. There's parks everywhere, James.
those cops are dangerous, man, because they, you think, oh yeah, they're radio. It's all these overlapping radii,
Right. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. Okay, so what do we have next? Okay, so I put these separate, but they kind of go together. So there's this story, the candlestick maker, and then duck and cover. So they're both about the storms that were happening this past week in, as Evan said, the Midwest and the Tennessee Valley, apparently, is what the area is called. So I just thought this headline was kind of funny. The headline literally reads, Kentucky State Police searching for work release inmate rescued from the candle factory that collapsed in tornado. Like, this is almost like a Mad Lib.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. You're like, what?
Why is his mouth open?
You know why.
Because he's
man.
just trying to breathe, man.
Close your mouth, bro.
Francisco Starks.
James. You know why I'm laughing.
Reminds me of someone else's.
Just shut it. Just shut it.
So anyway, I thought that was kind of funny, even though it's not really funny that they can't find this guy, but whatever. So apparently, yeah, there was some bad tornadoes going through the Midwest here. Evan said he saw some thunder and lightning, at least where he was.
It was awesome.
So
At
he
first,
liked it.
I didn't realize there was a storm brewing at first. I just thought it was, honestly thought it was like heat lightning because it was very frequent. It wasn't raining, but it was like 75 degrees at, I don't know, 10 p.m. or something like that.
Oh,
I
really?
was like, this is weird.
Oh, that is weird.
I mean, the guys in the Discord all dealt. They're all in just outside of Cincinnati, Kentucky area, and they were like, "Yeah, it was crazy." They're like, the next town over was like just a fucking crazy tornado was going off. They're popping off there.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it says here that what may have been the country's deadliest ever outbreak of December tornadoes tore through parts of the Midwest and Tennessee Valley on Friday and Saturday. It says it carved an hours-long 250-mile path from eastern Arkansas to western Kentucky. At least 70 people were killed in Kentucky alone. Okay. I know that in Illinois there was an Amazon facility that was damaged and 6 people were killed who were working there. Yeah, I was telling Evan before the show, I'm sure it was just a warehouse made out of sheet metal,
Probably, yeah.
So, there you go.
Poor Jeff Bezos.
So, yeah, this is crazy. I saw a little bit about this, but I didn't really realize how crazy it was or the extent. So, yeah, it's pretty wild.
We didn't get any. I mean, we got nothing here. It was like everything's fine here, but apparently it was there. Apparently it was like really crazy.
It was just really, I think we had some really bad wind, It was like, well, which we had last night too. It was pretty windy, but other than that, yeah, it was like nothing. So it was supposed to snow, I think, on this past Wednesday, but that didn't really happen. At least not where I'm at. I think a little further south, maybe, or north, somewhere else, it snowed. Obviously, Evan, I guess it hasn't been snowing where you're at.
Nope.
It can snow though, right? It has snowed?
It has, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good.
And yes, everyone freaks out at the hint of a dusting.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, yeah. Last but not least here, I wanted to talk about the strike that has been going on. The Kellogg cereal plant workers, they've been on strike for going on 8 weeks now, apparently. So I'm actually just seeing now that this story that I'm reading is actually from November 23rd. So, but even though it's from then, the info is the same. It says here that Kellogg plans to hire permanent replacements for some of its U.S. breakfast cereal plant workers who are on strike. Of course, these are union workers, and they went on strike after their contracts expired, and there were they've been negotiating. Kellogg's been negotiating a contract with the union, and the union rejected the last one, and so now Kellogg is saying, "Nope, we're done."
I mean, were they going to continuously deprive the United States of their breakfast cereals? Come on, be realistic, guys.
They're gonna hire scabs. No.
Plus, the union membership is down to like 5% in America. I mean, we gotta stamp out unions altogether. We want to make sure that the thing that helped us get the 5-day work week and 40 hours a week, we get rid of that. 100%. We need to get back to get these child labor laws out of here. Make sure we can work people until they fucking collapse, and pay people
James,
absolutely nothing.
I can hear
Capitalism,
the sarcasm
baby.
in your voice, but do you know how much
Evan sounds- that sounds
this
great.
country would be? Do you know how much that would that would shrink unemployment?
Oh, it'd shrink a lot of things.
Get all these people to work.
Yeah, it'd shrink a lot of things.
That way they wouldn't be sucking on the government's teat.
True.
Yeah, it'll shrink the
They
shrink the
wouldn't have time to
population.
complain.
Yeah,
Yes, they would.
that's the only benefit. Shrinking the population. Let's kill some of these fuckers off.
Mm-hmm.
As I was telling you guys earlier, like Spiffing Brit said, you just put them in a pool and wall it off.
Yeah. It's like step 1, get a woman pregnant. Step 2, lock her in a pool. Step 3,
right.
profit.
That's right. That's right. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I've joined a couple interesting subreddits. One is called Late Stage Capitalism.
Oh, yeah.
It got some good stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that's similar but not quite the same, obviously. Anti-work.
Right.
Oh, what's that?
Anti-work. It's another subreddit. It's actually very similar. At first I was like, what is this? A sub about people that don't want to work? Like, but it's not that. I
feel like late stage capitalism isn't anti-work though, right? It's just more like, look, we're all fucking falling into the great collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So,
Yeah.
and anti-work is basically more the same.
Oh, okay.
That's like
this
people
shit is crazy.
like, I quit my job this week because my boss is a dickhead, and they showed like text messages or something like that.
I mean,
Is that
there's
what
some
it
of
is?
that.
It's
There's
like,
some
I
of
don't
that.
need this place anymore.
There is some of that, but there's also like I saw one today. I think it was in anti-work, and a guy's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to post this here because I'm a white collar worker, but blah blah blah, and he proceeds to tell a story about him and his colleagues that work for Disney, in California, and Disney started telling them, hey, guess what? We're gonna open a new office in Florida, and we're moving all your jobs there. And everyone's like, whoa, 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 what the fuck? Like, we don't want to move there. Like, what are you, crazy? And they're offering some people, oh yeah, we'll pay to move you out there, but not other people, and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy finally said, I just quit. I found another job, thankfully. But a lot of these people are in not as good a position,
Right.
Dude, the job that they don't care about you. It's
Right.
It's funny, right? When I every job I've had, they said, look, you need to give 2 weeks notice. 2 weeks notice so they can hire a new employee. And I've tried to abide by that, unless there's a couple times I'm like, I quit. You know, I mean, once or twice, you know, when I was like, fuck it, I'm out of here. You know, when I was really young. But for the most part, I've tried to give 2 weeks notice, or at least a week. These guys, you come in for work, and they're like, yeah, you're laid off. This is the last day.
It only works one way.
Yeah, they don't actually, you know, so it's like, they don't, you know, and it's funny, like, my entire life I've spent thinking about these discrepancies in the way that I am demanded to treat people, and the way people are demanded to treat me, you know? And looking at the ludicrousness of it, you know? And it's just like, this is insane. Like, what am I doing? And I can look through my entire life at every topic and find these, like, weird things. I was watching a video, this is unrelated, but just another point. I was watching a video today about atheism, and this guy was talking about how, like, he was at church, and a lady broke her arm, and they were trying to pray the arm healed again. And I remember this. I forgot about this, but it reminded me of a time when I was a kid. I cut my hand deep, you know, in the church kitchen, and instead of bandaging the hand, the deaconesses were like, "Oh, holding on to it and praying over it." Like, what are you doing? Are you fucking stupid? You know, I was like, how delusional are you? Can you give me a fucking Band-Aid? It's the same thing with this, you know. I know this is like totally unrelated, but in my brain, I'm just thinking like, this is more like this delusional behavior. Like, you know, no, I can't have. We're gonna pray. We'll fix this with prayer. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. You know. Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, you know. I know you're expected to bend over backwards for the company, but the company is not expected to bend over backwards for you, and it's perfectly normal and okay. That's just fine.
I was talking to someone about this the other day about my my experience here with trying to move to a new unit.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain to my friend, I was like, yeah, it's like the last 5 years haven't meant anything.
Yeah, they haven't.
And she was like, yeah, it's like you guys aren't even bros. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? It's like they're charging me more fees for everything, more this, more that. Oh yeah, because you're moving to a new unit, your parking's gonna go up, and this and that. I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yep.
Like, this is ridiculous, man. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, like, you don't even care because you don't. You're right. It's funny though in the comments because the guy said something about, you know, I'm white collar, you know, and I guess a lot of the things in there are about blue collar, but it doesn't matter, you know. We're still all workers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean the white collar workers are getting it. They get it too, man. And the thing is that with them, that no one's expecting a white collar worker. Like I remember when I first worked in IT, I was like, does IT not have a union? Because I remember Dwayne Gray, that son of a bitch. We were driving all around fixing computers and different sites, and I said, can we get money for gas? And he said, I will. He said, you should be lucky you have a job. That's what he told me.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah. So
I wasn't the one doing any of the traveling, but I
no. Yeah, you.
That being said.
Yeah, this was when I was working for the SSA, you know, and he had like 3 or 4 techs who drove around. But I mean, yeah. So if you're a white collar worker, yeah, you should. There should be some guarantees in your life too, you know. I mean, come on.
Right. Well, in the comments, someone said it's like blue collar, white collar, same leash.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all around your fucking neck. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like you give this shit a little bit of thought, yo. We're all out here just making it. Now some of us are making it better than others, but seriously, like, let's say, okay, Michael's making a decent amount of money doing what he's doing, but he still has to go to that fucking place every day. And if he fucks up, they're gonna put his ass out on the street, you know, and he'll be fucking hosed, you know. Now maybe he could take that money and do some things with it that other people couldn't, but still, you know, same leash. If they tell him, yeah, we're moving your job, he's either going or he's changing jobs. You know what I mean? There's no guarantees about anything. We're just all here, making it, doing whatever they say to do until we're not.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm bitter because I don't have a job right now. That's probably what it is. This is the bitterness of the jobless.
The bitterness of the jobless. All right. Well, let's move on to. There's a new vulnerability out. I don't know if you heard about it, James. Probably not. But it's Log4j.
Oh, you sent
Right?
this out. You sent this to us, I think.
I did not.
Oh, someone
Jamie
did.
did, of all things.
Oh, yeah, right. I didn't read
But
it. I dismissed it because he sent it out. I was like, oh, it's just more meme bullshit stupidity, and I just ignored it.
So, but this article to me is now it is true. It is a somewhat serious vulnerability. And the reason it's serious is because it's this little piece of software is in a lot of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this this article in particular I thought was interesting because it literally says the internet's on fire as techs race to fix software flaw. I was like, I don't think it's that serious. Like, relax, you know.
I believe this applies to some of our networking equipment, doesn't it, Mike?
Like you and me.
Yeah. Isn't there
possibly
isn't Unify affected somehow?
I could be. I saw something about that. I did not look at it in detail, to be honest. But yeah, I mean this thing's in everything. Like I know it's in VMware. I know it's in Apache, probably in Apache Tomcat. It's used in Java applications. It's used in, it's like everywhere. They say it's in Minecraft. It's in, it's in everything.
Yeah.
So, well, it's not in everything, but it's in a lot of things. So
everything Java related.
I think so. Yeah. So, and it has the highest CVSS score that something can have. 10.0.
What does that stand for? Something vulnerability scanner?
I don't remember now, but
No.
it's CVSS, not CVVS.
My apologies.
Let's see. The Common Vulnerability Scoring System.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Okay. So, there you go. Yeah. Just be on the lookout. Make sure you guys keep everything up to date. Like you always do. Don't hit ignore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure our phones probably have it. I haven't heard anything yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if our phones have it too. So, or at least some of the software on our phones.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that. Okay, why don't we go to entertainment? That's entertainment. All right, and talk about. So we did a little more Trek this past week.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, and we watched the latest episode of Discovery, which I don't think a lot of us enjoyed. But anyway, let's talk about Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think?
Spoiler alert. They found him.
They did find him. So what did you think of the movie, Evan?
I quite liked it.
Quite liked it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's got the whole gang is there and they're in their dashing outfits.
Yep. I thought the only bad part was the acting done by the various people who played Spock as he rapidly aged. And they didn't even have any lines. They just like pretended to be in pain poorly.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's to be expected. I mean,
specifically the two Spocks that were like more adult. The adolescent, I'll say teenager Spock, he was fine.
mm-hmm.
he got it in a couple fingers, you know what I mean?
That's right.
The older guys,
well, pun far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
But I did like it. The James may mention this as well, but the Klingon dog was like as unnecessary.
So wet.
Yeah, very wet.
It's funny, the ship that the Klingons are on,
mm-hmm.
they make it seem like it's like the size of a shuttlecraft. or
Right.
like 2 shuttlecrafts.
There's only 9 crew members.
Yeah, I mean we don't know how many crew members there are, right? We don't actually know, but
I mean, they
True.
said it was a scout
Apparently-
class.
apparently not a lot.
I don't. The vagaries of Star Trek kind of leave a lot of questions to be asked about the power of one ship over another, and who would tackle who, and what you know what I mean? Like, I mean, was how big? I guess if we look at the science vessel and we think about a galaxy-sized starship, the Enterprise, you're thinking, oh, the science vessel was a small galaxy size with a smaller saucer section, but maybe it wasn't, right? Like maybe it only had like 7 people on it. Like we have no idea, because I'd love to.
What was the name of the ship that got blown up? The Grissom?
No, Grissom was the commander. The ship was the. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. But all I know is the fucking. I feel like if once you get a scale of the fact that this was a 7-person or 9-person scout ship, because it said it's a scout ship several times, the Klingons were the bird of prey. You feel like, man, shouldn't they? But like this goes to what I asked before, like last week. Like, how does damage work in Star Trek? Because sometimes you just get like, oh, they got the jump on them, boom, dead. The ship can take no damage.
Mm-hmm.
Other times it's like bang, 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 and nothing happens. People get thrown around, nobody dies. There's fires, random fires all over the place, but everything's cool.
So the ship is called the USS Grissom.
Oh, okay.
And it's a Oberth class ship. Whatever that means.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Well, let's click on Oberth class.
I don't
Down
think
the
that
rabbit
there's.
hole we go.
I don't think there's any logic to any of this. I think that they needed a ship design, and someone made one. They did not go to some Star Trek lore page and say, the Oberth class. I think someone assigned a class name long after the fact to that ship,
Well,
many years after the fact, and they said, okay, this is an Oberth class. I really don't think that these movies think anything about the lore when they come into picking up ships and designing them and shit like that. That's why none of this makes any sense. That's why that's why you can't even begin to puzzle out how much damage a ship can take and how big a ship is and why a scout ship of 7 can destroy a ship of 300 easily. Why is a ship of 7
claims
a
it
threat
has
to
13 decks, 80 crew members.
Yeah, so how can the other ship destroy it?
I don't know.
That's like saying a PT boat could destroy a cruiser or a destroyer. That's what that's like saying. I don't understand how it can even house the weaponry to scratch a ship that big.
Lucky shot,
Let's see,
James.
it's a bird of prey, right?
Yeah, but it's a small one.
Are there different ones?
There have to be. They're not
Maybe
all
they
that size. No
maybe
way they're
they
all that
just,
size.
shrunk down the big ones. They're like, this is mini bird of prey.
Yeah, dude, there's no thought to this. They're just doing whatever.
I agree. I also am somewhat interested in how Starfleet chooses to station their personnel. One episode of Next Generation, they're investigating a disappearance of some crew members on a deep space communication array, and a full complement of crew members is 3. It's there's 3 people on this whole fucking station. Or there was another terraforming episode where there were 4 people terraforming a planet.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. I think there were actually more people than that on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, there was one where they go investigate some station, and it's
Aquiel.
yeah, and it's 2 people are stationed there or something.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Seems like a problem.
Murder and mayhem ensue.
But then we think about Voyager. Their whole crew was 140 or something.
Yeah, and it's so deceptive because we can't tell, right? They look the same. You're like, oh, that looks the same. It's about the same size as the Enterprise D, right?
Nah.
But Enterprise D is massive, you know.
Yeah.
And like James just now, he said Galaxy class. The ship in the movie we were watching is not Galaxy class at all.
I know.
Right? I know you know that, but it's not Galaxy. I don't know what it's called. The Enterprise A, I believe, which is the next one that's going to come out in this ship, you know, in the series of in the movies, is, I believe that's a Constitution class. I don't know what the one that was in Star Trek 3, the Enterprise, I don't know if that's its Constitution class or something else. But anyway.
It must have been.
So I'm looking at this guy's chart that a crazy person. Listen to this guy's website. Listen, this website's going to tell you everything you need to know about this guy. x-sententia.org/articles/bop size.htm. Anyway, bird of prey. So he shows here there's a 50 meter, 110 meter, a 230 meter, a 350 meter, and a 700 meter bird of prey.
700 meter.
Yeah. So the assumption is that's a 50 meter bird of prey, the very smallest one. And the USS Grissom, and the reason I say this is because the USS Grissom is 150 meters.
Mm-hmm.
So this other one to hold has to be fucking tiny. So I cannot. I'm telling you, how did it kill it?
Size doesn't matter, James. Just size of your gun, you know.
I mean, I don't think it would have
the Klingons had the warrior spirit.
I don't think it would even have the weaponry to kill it. I really don't.
Like Evan said before, it's a lucky shot. No, let's say the people had their shields down, and he happened to hit them in exactly the right/wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
Could it blow up? I don't know. Maybe.
Look, you haven't asked me yet. I like the movie. If you give it even like 5 minutes of serious thought, nothing makes sense in it. You know. So for those of you who haven't seen Star Trek 3. Basically, in the last movie, they use the Genesis weapon or whatever, the Genesis torpedo, to make a planet. Don't even worry; it doesn't even matter how it's possible or if it's possible. None of it matters. Okay, they make this planet, so they make the planet, and okay, guy, Jesus, can you hear that? It's like reminder for James. Thank you. I don't know what the reminder is. I can't delete it. Anyway,
James, do me a favor, don't bring that with you to the place.
Oh, I'm bringing it in. I'm putting it in your room.
Yeah.
So they set a reminder to go to the planet. So what they do is they send the USS Grissom, and when the Enterprise leaves, it sets down the creator. Let's say the creator of the planet, and then one person. They only send 2 people for reasons. They only send 2 people, leave them there, and the USS Grissom comes. And they liaise with those 2 people. And that's it. Okay? Then Star Trek is like, not Star Trek, the Starfleet's like, okay, hands off, we're not going to send anybody else. One science ship is good enough. We know that everybody's up in arms about this. We know that science ship's going to be perfectly safe. We have no protocols for this. Everything's perfectly fine. And the guy who runs the incompetent captain who runs the Grissom, he's like, yeah, we're in safe territory. We can sit here with our fucking shields down, even though we have a fucking enemy in the Klingons, and there's the Romulans running around and all the other kind of shit, but it's all good. Everything's gravy. We're totally safe here. Shields down. Don't do anything. We are safe. Okay, I will continue to send 2 people there. Everything will be fine. You know, it's like the whole thing doesn't make any sense. And then the Starfleet's like, no, we don't send anybody. No one's allowed to go there. You don't even want to protect what you have? You don't want to protect the fucking ship that's there? I would have sent the 3rd Fleet there and taken station there. It's our planet. You come near it, you're going to get fucking shot out of the sky. Simple as that. You know, like none of this makes any sense. It doesn't. It's really weird. It's obviously like plot devicey, you know. The movie's fine. Just you have to divorce yourself from all the logic in it. And honestly, we've already talked about this. We talked about this when we recorded the show. When we not recorded the show, when we watched it. But something about this movie is ridiculous on its face. It's fucking insane. Okay? Like, this motherfucker is dead. They done put him in a fucking sealed tube and launched him into space. But now all of a sudden, the whatever wave that occurred after he died, before he died, and was complete when he died, it somehow affects him, and he's alive. He's able to escape the torpedo because you can just get out of those things. No big deal. It's not a sealed, hermetically sealed fucking coffin.
Yep.
You can just get out of it and walk away.
Like a trunk.
Yeah, and he had clothes on, I guess, that weren't his death shroud. So he gets up and he wanders off. He just putters off. No big deal. You know?
Mm-hmm. Took one of those trilobites with him as a snack.
Yeah, he just ate some of that raw fish that was on the ground, and he fucking puttered on down the road and wandered off.
And those things, that's how he came back to life, because one of those infiltrated his coffin, and it had the leftover Genesis radiation going through the bloodstream.
It's so weird. And then the fucking the damn Vulcans, they have like, he knew I'm gonna die, so I'll touch this. I said, remember, not tell you anything, just remember. That's it. And it takes 2 seconds. Transfer my whole consciousness to you. Now you got a copy of me. It's all good, but it only comes in play if I die.
Yep.
You know, no big deal. Bada bing, bada boom, it's done. But if I want to go back into my body, because I'll have a body left. Like, it's obvious he didn't know he's gonna have a body.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't know what you do with the Katra if you obviously are not going to get a new body. So,
well, you take it to Mount Solea or whatever, and they perform some ritual, and your consciousness and whole being is shared among the Vulcan people.
I was going to
say,
is that
what it is?
Do you get uploaded to the central neural net?
There you go. That's what it is.
So why did his father say, you left him? You left him. You left him somewhere. You left him where? Is there you tell me there's no clause? There should be a clause in every Vulcan's fucking death information, his death registry, saying the bodies go back to Vulcan. Where was that? There's so many questions. None of it makes any sense if you just give it a second of thought.
It wasn't on his life alert bracelet or whatever.
Apparently, it's a secret.
I don't think he was talking about I don't think he cares about the body. I think it was.
Then
talking about the Katra.
Then when they figured out who had it, they should have been like, okay, good enough. Send Bones back. You tell me the Vulcans don't have the political pull to get Bones sent back there because of this reason? It's obviously a real thing. It obviously exists in the world. So why is it a big secret and they got to break him out and then go get the body? He should have just been like they don't know the body's alive. If the body only is alive because of the fucking Genesis wave. They don't know the body's alive.
I don't remember the reason for them going in the first place.
No, I remember the reason. They went because the body was alive, and that's part of the story. But
how did they know the body was alive?
They didn't. I'm just saying. The point is, my point is, Michael, they had no reason to go back for the body.
Uh-huh.
They had no reason.
So why were they going back for the body?
I don't know.
What was the stated reason?
There was no stated reason. They never stated it. It's a plot hole.
Okay. I see. I missed the first half hour, 45 minutes of the movie. So
look,
I
they said.
I don't remember now what it was.
They said nothing about. They did not know the body was alive. They had no clue. His father came to him. Spock's father, Sarek, came to and said, Kirk, trying to find the Katra. We'll just keep calling it the Katra. Trying to find the consciousness or whatever. And he did the thing, and he said, "Oh, it's not there." And he was like, you abandoned him. You left him. You know? And that's when they first started thinking about the body.
Oh.
But Sarek doesn't know about the Genesis wave. He doesn't know that he might know about the Genesis wave, but he doesn't know that it's brought Spock back to life. We only know Spock's back to life because the doctor on the planet, Kirk's son, is like, I guess it was the Genesis wave that did it. Because they did not expect it as normal. And so the Vulcans had no concept that... There's no fucking thing in Vulcan lore that all Vulcans come back to life, they're fucking immortal. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So really, none of this holds water. It's all plot device to get them back there to the planet to get this body that they technically didn't know was alive. You know, because you got to remember the fucking doctor and Savick are on the planet by themselves, stuck. No communication out. They haven't told anybody this motherfucker's running around alive, palm farm people. You know?
He's fingering everything that moves, James.
Yeah.
Well, they told the ship up there, but then the ship couldn't get anything out, right?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. It's a closed box at that point. So this whole thing, none of it really holds any water as to why they went back and did all this stuff. You know?
Mm-hmm. He's like 6 out of 10.
No, it's the thing is, I think with Star Trek, Star Trek is this. It does a great job of getting us to suspend disbelief and believe in the utopia Star Trek wants to put us in. You know, I think it's great at that. Because when I watched the movie, I kind of thought about that. I was like, but I looked at it as more like Vulcan mysticism bullshit. I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. You know, you just kind of accept it as normal because you love Spock, and I think we'll accept a lot of bullshit because Spock adds so much to Star Trek. You know, like the whole archetype, his character's an entire archetype. Mm-hmm. You know, Data, fucking Tuvok, Seven of Nine in her own way. There's just a shit ton of characters that are all based upon some Spock-like characteristic. You know, because his character's so important. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's just kind of wacky, that's all. It's more wacky, old Trek bullshit. You know, but I think I accept it. It's fine. I would never say don't watch it. It's a great movie. I fucking gave me a little dust in my eye. You know what I mean? At the end there, you know, so I'm not mad at it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you highly recommend it. You say everyone needs to watch it, right?
Yeah, sure.
If you're a Trek fan.
It's classic Trek. You definitely need to watch it. Absolutely.
All right. So the week before we watched Star Trek 2. That's a definite yes, right? God.
I would
just
say
to see
more iconic, but the acting is bad.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's very fair.
But the jackets were on point.
They got some, specifically the collars.
Yeah, popped.
Yes.
Also, Savick wears the same jacket, and this one is great. Lots of thick boy pockets.
Different Savick, same jacket.
Same jacket, yeah, same jacket.
Sunsinker jackets.
Sunsinker jackets.
Yep. Well, all right. What about our beloved show, Star Trek Discovery? I know how James feels about the show. Why don't we start with Evan? We'll see what his take was. I'm interested to hear what he has to say here.
So, Dr. Culver / therapist Culver is helping Book through his trauma by playing with sand and having some very casual discussions. Fine. The disembodied symbiote now has a body. Fine. And like a weird mullet. They sort of skip like 6 months of time in an instant in this episode, it seems.
Well, Evan, maybe in the future you can just grow your hair, just like, just get it grown.
I didn't think about that. You
it is
bring up
the year 3000 or whatever. So
true.
In the year 3000.
Yep.
All that.
And once again, Michael Burnham is the only savior for the Federation.
And the savior of
time itself.
Well, probably, but Nivar? Is that the name of the planet?
Well, yeah.
That's what he means, I think.
Yeah, she is the link between the totally and 100% uncontested, unbiased third party between the Federation and Nivar.
Yep.
Yeah, she's the bridge. She's the link.
Yep.
The bridge between worlds.
Wouldn't have it any other way. There couldn't possibly be another third party that was like has gotten over these differences. Like, I don't know, maybe Kaminar, whatever. They're fine. They're not eligible.
I was thinking maybe she is so emotional because when she was growing up on Vulcan, it was like, yo, don't be emotional.
So,
And now this is like a reaction, like instead of, it's like someone if like you're raised to be Catholic and you have to be Catholic and blah, you kind of rebel against all that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like that. Like she couldn't be emotional as a child, and now it's like back tenfold. Just a thought I had. I don't know.
Okay. That's fair. James?
I don't think that.
I totally left out a large part, but we'll get back to that.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Large in message and presence. Tilly is no more a crew member of Discovery. She is going to presumably teach at Starfleet Academy after an 80% ish successful outing with some cadets.
Oh, that was a complete mission fail. What do you mean?
I mean, only one of the 5 people under her command died, and it was actually the person who ranked higher than she did. Like, the guy that died was a lieutenant.
Was he?
Yeah, he was lieutenant. She's lieutenant too.
Oh, sorry. I thought she was under that. Okay.
No, she was an ensign in the season 1. I think she's a lieutenant now.
No, but I mean, did they accomplish any of their goals on that mission?
No.
Team building.
I mean, but no, they didn't.
Did they survey the planet? Did they blah? Did they whatever?
Building
Okay, yeah.
better friendships. I mean, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they landed in the wrong place. The crash landed in the wrong place. Someone died. They all started fighting. And then they get rescued.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we were perusing the Star Trek subreddit, and all these idiots were like, "Oh my God, this was a standout performance from Mary Wiseman. She really came into her own." And then we just started downvoting these comments because they're fucking stupid.
I love it, dude. Going over all the Reddit. James was like, "Nope, down."
Yeah.
Nope, down. I was like, "Yes."
Worthless. This comment is totally devoid of any value. Downvote.
That's right. Wish I could downvote some more.
I hope we will continue that.
They'll have to make that a thing, yeah. I realize I've been listening. I've been listening to Evan, but I haven't been listening to him. Now I'm gonna start listening to him and realizing everyone is stupid, and we are the intelligent ones, and everyone else is an idiot. After reading that, I was like, "This is crazy. This is like crazy." There's no way that everybody thinks this is great, but everybody did. Mm-hmm. Which tells me the bar for what people accept for TV is just bad. It's like when someone goes on Netflix to look at a show and they're like, "Oh yeah, 10 episodes," and I'm like, "That's not a good thing, bro." When I was a kid, shows had 25 episodes a season.
Right.
With equally good writing.
Yeah, with equally good writing. So now it's 10 episodes and it's all shit. And then it's like 8 episodes and now it's 6. Now 6 episodes now. Most things are only 6 episodes now.
You told me. I don't believe it, but
I've seen 2 shows so far this season on the streaming sites that are 6 episodes.
Definitely a lot of British TV shows are 6.
Okay.
So less. Please watch us. Please. We're going to give you lower quality, worse writing, lazier effort, lower effort. All right. Star Trek Discovery. What can I say about it? Sonequa Martin Green, I want her to be good because I want there to be like a cool, like smart go-getter black captain, but she's not a great actress, and she compensates for not being a great actress, or she's forced to compensate by being not being a great actress by even worse writing. They do less and less with her character every time. All she's good at is consoling Book, crying, having unearned emotional moments with random people, and being Space Jesus. Like, she's literally the space savior of everything. Nothing can be done without her to save it. Everything of any weight has to have her involved. That's just how it is. You know, and
Well,
Star Trek's
isn't
not
she the
that.
main character?
I mean, but does Star Trek have a main character?
This one does. It's her.
Yeah, but did you ever feel like...
It has been focused around the captain, but other series really involved the whole crew a lot more.
Yeah, but the captain is a focal point on other series the way, like, the beam... Not the beam, but, like, you know, the part that runs through an entire ship and then all the pieces land on that piece? Mm-hmm. The captain is that piece, right?
Keel?
The keel. The captain's the keel. So you have the keel, but you have all these pieces that rely on the keel, and the keel relies on those pieces. But that doesn't happen in Discovery. In Discovery, she's the entire ship. Everybody else is just a fly in her ointment, serving kind of Star Trek-ish purposes. You know, Wilson Cruz is doing he's now a ship's counselor for some reason, which is fine. I'm fine with that, you know. But he's a ship counselor, and you have Book there. I don't know why he's even there, just because his ship is a fucking transformer, I guess, and he's a cat, you know. But he's not, you know, like, if you think about it, someone pointed it out on the Reddit. There's not anybody, like, he's the only other person who can do the tardigrade shit. Why is that even a thing? Yeah. The first thing you do is fix that. Okay? Like, they redid the whole ship into nanites. Why didn't they just fix that? You telling me there's no tech to fix that? To make so they...
exact thought.
Yeah. Why aren't there 17 people who can do this job? And why are you counting a guy who's not in your military to do it?
Yeah.
You know?
Or why can't the computer do it now? When Mike was like, you're in the year 3000, it struck a memory that I had, like, earlier today. I was like, wait, in 1,000 years, they can't just make this fucking drive work without a person now?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's like just silliness in itself.
That's convenience.
And then of course there's CG robots now everywhere, doing all kinds of random things, and I'm just like, okay, this is like dumb. Like, just leave them outside, or just let us never see them. You don't need to, just because they're a thing that exists in this world, you don't have to put them everywhere all the time randomly. It doesn't even make any sense. Why is there a robot like fucking like carrying a tray of fucking noodles? Like, it's fucking crazy, you know? Like, some CGI guy is like just trying to fucking validate his worth, you know, and build
like,
more
if we
robots.
don't use the budget this season, they won't give it to us next
Yeah,
season.
exactly. You know.
Evan.
Then you got.
Oh, sorry, James. Go ahead.
No, so then you got Mary Weissman's ass. Her character has been an ad nothing for 4 years. She really has done nothing. She's not like a hardened. She's not like a person who's been through a bunch of shit, who could teach. Who I think is capable of teaching recruits anything. She's a lieutenant. She's not a captain or a commander. She's never led anybody. But now she's going to teach at the school because, I don't know, because they crashed the wrong place and everybody didn't die. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. It's obviously like, as far as I'm concerned, where Mary Weiss was like, I want off the main cast. You know? Mm-hmm. And so they said, okay. And now I just heard they're going to do a spin-off show. So I don't know if it's going to be this or not, but this is going to be a Starfleet Academy show. I'm sure it's going to be about this, which to me is the worst version of Starfleet Academy. It's the worst version of Starfleet. You know, I don't like the future. It's fucking bullshit. The Starfleet is weak. It's fucking pathetic. And not that Starfleet was always some authoritarian power anyway, but like, you kind of in the back of your mind, you kind of knew, you're like, if shit really pops off, they can handle themselves. But that's not the case. Like, I don't know, whatever. You know, they're just, it's like the whole thing is whatever. Then you got Gray and all the bullshit with Gray. You know, fine. Gray is androgynous, even though they said there's a male character. I have problems with that, but that's my own mental shit I got to work through. Fine, whatever, no problem. You know, I accept that. But then they make this whole thing about Grey tweaking their body to get it right where they wanted it to. Remove that mole, do this, do that kind of stuff. They make the body. The next fucking episode, it's like 6 months down the road. I'm like, what's the time scale here? You know?
I'm telling you, man, they can grow. You can grow your hair, man, fast.
Okay, I already followed that person, and next time they fucking go on Twitch, I'm gonna say, look, I gotta know what the fuck is the time scale. Your hair was short episode 5. Now it's long episode 6. How much time passed between these episodes? I gotta know. You know, because only 300 people watch their fucking stream, so I'll guaranteed to get an answer because I need to fucking know. Mm-hmm. I need to fucking know. I'm sorry, it's just stupid. Like, there's a simple continuity error. I don't know why. It's almost like they just said, do whatever you want. It's cool. You know? That's exactly what it is. That's what it really is. I feel like they have this whole thing over there where they're like, we are not going to tell anybody to not do anything. You want to grow your hair out? Grow your hair out. You want to eat everything that's not screwed to the floor? Go ahead and do it. You know?
Yeah.
Talking about Mary Weissman's ass. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And chins and
look, I'm not fat shaming. Okay? The problem is Mary Weissman's character is a character in a pseudo military organization in a ship that fights every episode in some kind of way. You are not going to have a person that overweight running around on a ship. In Star Trek, we have never seen a fat person that fat running around on a ship. That's just how it is.
Also, in I don't remember if it was season 1 or 2 when she was a cadet, she was taking her physical fitness seriously to become an officer. Exactly.
So now what? There's no more physical fitness tests. There's that continuity. That proves through continuity that physical fitness matters and that they need to have some kind of level of physical. There's a standard to meet to remain an officer. There's no way she meets that standard. You know?
Sonequa Martin Green has won an award, Saturn Award for Best Actress on Television.
I disregard that entire organization.
Also, Saturn Award for Best Actress in Streaming Presentation.
No.
Is this for Star Trek or The Walking Dead?
No. He's like, no.
I agree. I agree with no.
No.
But she was in The Walking Dead or something, right? People liked her in that. Is it an award for that or Star Trek? If it's for Star Trek, hard no.
It's for Star Trek Discovery.
No.
For the first season.
Okay.
I mean, that might have been her best, but still no.
Just watch Insecure. There's a show on HBO called Insecure. If you want to, if this is like a charity for black people, watch Insecure. Much better actress, similar to Sonequa Martin Green. Her show's funny as hell, and her character goes through some shit, and it's earned, and it works. I can't think of her name. And also, there's another show with a British black chick on HBO, which is amazing. Like, there's so many amazing TV shows out there if you just want to give a woman or a black person an award. I don't understand why they'd give Sonequa Martin Green anything. Jesus fucking Christ.
Emilia Clarke won in 2018.
Who's Emilia Clarke?
In Game of Thrones. Daenerys.
Yeah, Daenerys
Targaryen.
Right.
Or something. Yeah.
You're such a fucking weirdo. You don't know that. You don't know the name.
Why would I know that?
I don't know, man. It's like the biggest show of its time.
Evan, do you know that?
In my head, I always said Daenerys, but I never watched the show either.
No, it's Daenerys Targaryen, and I don't understand neither you watch the show. I get Evan. Evan just is like, whatever. But Michael, well, actually, no. I get both of you. Both of you guys are like, whatever.
I mean, it's popular, so I'm not going to watch it.
I feel like neither of you guys will watch shit unless for some Star Trek shit or something. I think I always had this idea that you guys watch things, but I realize you guys actually don't.
No. I watch specific things.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pacific.
Thank you. Lena Headey was nominated the same year as Sonequa Martin Green for Game of Thrones.
She's a far better actress.
Yeah, by far. That's what I was gonna say.
That's
Why not?
Cersei Lannister.
Yeah, I was gonna say why not Cersei Lannister when you said Daenerys Targaryen. I was gonna say her because her character has the most evolution and the most crazy shit happen to her. You know, I mean, there's some evolution with Emily Clark's character too, but for the most part, she's just a pretty blonde bitch. The other character goes through some fucking shit. You know, all her kids die. She becomes a slave. She gets arrested. She becomes a queen again. She kills a bunch of motherfuckers. She does all kinds of wild shit. She fucks her brother a bunch. I mean, that shit is crazy.
Nice.
Evan, you'll like this. You know who else was nominated the same year? Adrienne Palicki.
I mean, I don't agree with that, but
I don't know who that
who
is.
she is.
Who is that?
She's the co-captain on the Orville, aside Seth MacFarlane.
What was she nominated for?
Probably the Orville.
Saturn Award for Best Actress on Television.
For what? What show?
The Orville.
Oh God.
She's like, disregard every nomination and award given by that organization from now.
Now here's
on.
another one I don't understand.
Mike, I want you to block that domain in your router.
Is the X
So you
Files
never
back
see it
on?
again.
I think they
I
came in
think
a
so.
movie or something. Yeah.
Oh, because Gillian Anderson is listed here for the X Files.
I mean, that's fine. She deserves one. Gillian Anderson's great. But
No,
it,
it's
this
fine.
is.
It just I didn't know it came out in 2017.
I think what's happened is they're doing what studios do, what they always do. They bought these. I think these were purchased. I think there's a committee, and they just plied the committee with a bunch of gifts and shit to get on the good list, just like they do with the Oscars. All these things are bullshit, and I don't think we need to give it even a second thought because Sonequa Martin Green's a horrible actress. Everyone says that. It's no problem. It's very known. You know what I mean?
She was also nominated the most recent one, but she did not win.
Yeah, there's no acting. There's very, very little acting done by her. You know what I mean? Except for crying and this face.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she does.
Yeah. Oh, the second one you did was great. That's perfect.
She doesn't act. So I'm just like baffled. Like it's obviously a giveaway. You know, this is some corporate charity to themselves. You know, not earned. You know, I could think of a dozen women, or men, or cats who deserve it better. You know.
There you go. Cats.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. Not the Star Trek's finest moment.
No.
No, far from it.
I got something I'll add here too while we're into entertainment. I watched and I forgot about this. I watched the first 5 episodes of Dexter: New Blood, which is like the continuation, the sequel to Dexter.
Is the woman in it who curses a lot?
Yeah, she's in it, but she's dead.
Oh.
She died at the end of the other one, but I love her. I forgot her name. Beck, Deb, but she's in it as a she's like a ghost he sees, and you know, because he's crazy. He's a fucking serial killer, so he sees her all the time, and it's great. I mean, if you like Dexter, you're gonna continue to like it. This is good. He's still up to his old same shenanigans. You know, trying not to be a murderous piece of shit, but he still is. You know, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. There's another show I saw too called The Wheel of Time. That's more fantasy. I think you read that book, Michael, didn't you? Is that the book you read? You say you can read it in all kinds of weird orders. You and Diana were reading it.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. So that's a book called like Black.
Oh.
Or Blue.
Okay.
Or
All right.
Green or whatever.
Okay. Well, anyway, The Wheel of Time. Watch that. That's on Amazon. Fucking good. You know, I watched 6 episodes of that and just was sucked completely in, fully in. That show's great. I think there's 6 or 7 episodes of that for the season, so there's probably one more episode coming out. It's on Netflix. You know, we can talk about... Did you guys see the first episode of The Expanse?
No, I did watch the first episode of Wheel of Time, and I was not sold on it. Does it
Really?
get better?
I think it gets better, but I mean, I can watch fantasy stuff. Like it pushes me to the limit of being like, no, 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 no. Then I'm like, oh, okay. So I've sat through it, and now I'm so invested that I'm like, okay, whatever, you know.
I did not realize that a new episode had come out of The Expanse.
Yeah, it just started up. It's honestly the same bullshit. It's good, but it's also bad. Naomi is still the worst character on the show. She's still horrible just for horrible sake, and I don't know why. It's like the writers don't care. The writers hate her, and they want you to hate her.
But she's still whiny?
Yeah, for no reason. I mean, I'm not spoiling anything. Amos has Peaches on the ship with him.
Uh-huh.
The prisoner they took.
Yeah.
He has her on the ship with him, and she's helping. Because she's smart. She's doing stuff, helping him do stuff, helping to keep the ship afloat. Since the guy who was flying with him, the Indian guy, he died. He had a stroke, saving Naomi last season.
Did he not want to be on the show anymore? I don't understand why.
I don't think so. I think he just maybe they're just like, well, this is the last season, so they're probably like they're probably gonna slowly start killing people off. I guarantee this season's gonna be full of people dying in that show.
They killed Alex?
Yeah, they killed Alex.
Oh man.
He died at the end of last season. He died. His death was great.
Okay, that's good.
Well, I think we talked about this before, but his death wasn't great. It sucked.
I mean,
was it well done and like had a purpose?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, that's what I mean when I say it was great. Like, was he one of the better characters on the show? Absolutely. Do I want to see him die? Of course not. But I think he died. I think the way he died. If you think about the character, like he died the way he lived. You know what I mean? Like going fast for his friends. Whatever bullshit like that. That was well done. It was good.
Okay.
I
didn't like it, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I get why he didn't like it. It was like he's a great character. No one wants to see him die. Every time I see the shit without him, I'm like, why isn't Naomi dead? She's horrible. She's literally the worst. And anyway, she spends this whole
one of the main characters.
Yeah, but she's added nothing. She's the foil to keep Holden involved. Get rid of her, put Holden back on Earth with his weird polyamorous family, and let's have Amos and fucking Alex and Peaches take the Rosinante and go to fucking war. That's interesting.
Dude, I told you, right? I didn't even remember who the hell she was.
Who?
I had to look it up.
Peaches?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. She's only there like half the season.
Yeah, I was like, it's her. I was like, oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, who's this person he's going to see in jail? Like, I don't get it, like someone from his past, Like, I was like, well, I don't know who this is. I was like, oh.
I didn't know who it was until I didn't know who it was. Is there some connection to the beginning season?
So you remember the detective guy, right?
Yeah.
And what's the girl he was looking for and he found her?
Oh, that's her sister.
That's her sister. Yeah.
And she was free in the first season, right? She was up to no good in the first season, something like that, right?
She was trying to get revenge, or I don't know, she's trying to do something.
Yeah.
When they're on one of those ships.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Well, anyway, yeah. I mean, so was it a good episode? It was fine. It did what The Expanse always does, which is make you be like, fuck, when's the next episode coming out? But Naomi was unsatisfactory, and I didn't get enough Drummer. Drummer's fucking sexy as fucking ever. I just want to be, like, I want her inside of me.
Oh, is she back?
Oh, yeah, she's back. And fine with her emo eyebrows.
Has she
Fine as hell.
maintained her thickness?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
She's not blowing up, right?
No.
You're not, Evan, are you thinking of, who are you thinking of?
So I am thinking of the Marine chick, which James has an affinity for.
Oh,
maybe
she's
I'm thinking
there.
of the wrong one.
No, I'm talking about the Beltalowda fucking captain with the black eyeshadow.
Oh,
Drummer.
the one that I like. The
Who
thin
you
chick
tell?
who's like Indian, like Native American Indian
Yeah.
that we discovered that
Yeah.
a month or so ago. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's there. She's looking good. And then, of course, the fucking chick I like, she's there too. She's looking. She's fine as ever.
The
I'm pretty
Martian
sure.
chick?
Yeah. She hasn't. She's dude. Big difference between her and Mary Wiseman, right?
Yeah.
This chick is like Maori or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Naturally big boned, thick. She's just living the way her body was built to be. You know, still
Correct.
healthy, still looking great. Thick, but you're like, man, if she punched me, she might send me into the next fucking plane of existence.
Dude, James,
You
I
know?
could for some reason I keep picturing her like kicking you in your chest, like
Yeah.
like full like bottom of her boot against your chest.
Yeah, and
You
me
know, just
having
like flop. You're just like ah, like
Just
it's
collapse
me
it
just
in
having
half.
an orgasm. Me just having a big wet orgasm when she does it. She makes contact with me, and I just coom all over the place. Just bleh.
Indeed. All right, well I'll have to check that out then. Like I said, I didn't realize it was out. So
I will.
Cool.
One last comment about the Wheel of Time and the one episode I did watch. Even though I wasn't attached to any of the characters, when that guy kills his wife accidentally, I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah. I mean, that guy's a likable character. And his wife, there was obviously some shit going on with him and his wife, and you never explore it, which is great. I think that's great storytelling, right? Like they show you, they don't tell you, and then they kill her ass, and you're like, "Oh shit." You know? And that guy is traumatized. He continues to be traumatized for many, many episodes working through that shit. You know, I mean, this is the common thing with the Wheel of Time is one of these characters, one of these 4 or 5 characters, is Space Jesus or medieval Space Jesus, and you don't know which one, and the whole show is a mystery as to who is Space Jesus, and you know is it all of them, or some of them have power, some of them don't. There's a whole thing going on, you know, with that.
They are Captain Planet.
So is it like that other show, Raised by Wolves? But not.
No, I don't think so. I don't. I watched like 2 episodes of Raised by Wolves and I couldn't connect with it. I want to watch more of it, but I couldn't connect to it. Maybe we can
Did
watch
you see
some
people
of it on
getting
Thursdays.
juiced?
Maybe. I don't know how far I got on that. I wanted to watch more of it, but I was just like, I was uninterested in the good guys and the bad guys altogether. I was like, who am I rooting for here? It's
I was
very
more
confusing to
interested
me.
in like what happened on Earth. Like I wanted to find out more about that, and they kind of do explain it later on in the season, which is nice.
Yeah, see, once I realized what happened on Earth, I lost even more interest in the show. I think I was very interested in like, oh, they're gonna, I don't know, man. Even though I want to pretend like I'm not humanity focused, I am. So when I realized Earth lost big because they took our society and one-upped it to the very fucking top, which is like political disarray and religious zealotry and all this stuff, and they maxed it out to the maximum amount of insanity it could possibly get. Then they blew up the world. I was just like, oh my god. It just took my doomerness to a level where I was like, I can't with this.
Yeah, true.
That doesn't mean it's bad. It's not a bad show. It just, I couldn't connect with it. It's on my list of like go back and finish it because it is interesting. It's an interesting show. I just haven't figured it out yet.
I sent you guys a link to one of the Amazon books. You're talking about the.
Yeah, it's called the Circle Trilogy. That's why I confused it with the Wheel of Time. I was like, Wheel of Time, Circle, same thing, right?
Oh yeah. All right, so let's go down to game theory here. We got a couple things here. What's the first one here?
That is my contribution to the show notes. One of the subreddits I frequent is r/mouse review for all of your upcoming gaming mice needs and reviews, etc. One of the pioneers of 3D printing mouse shells around, actually, one that I have right here. This is the Logitech G305. Excellent quality, easy to work with internal PC board, and roughly $30 to $35 normally. Very good for modding. The inside of this is inside of all of those mice that you see on your screen if you're looking at the show notes, eligible for giveaway. So all you have to do is type in a comment which one of these you would like to receive if you win, and you will be sent an ultralight gaming mouse for free. These normally retail for roughly $200.
Wow. And he's 3D printing them.
Yep.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yep. James, for you, I would specifically recommend the G502 ultralight, since you're familiar with that shape. And Mike, for you, I would recommend the M1K-W because it is small and has 0 side buttons.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Yep.
Nice.
Don't need them, man. Don't need them. They're in the way.
Well, we are different.
Indeed we are.
Yeah.
First sandwiches, now mice.
Yeah, Mike is not doing much with his mouse.
Maybe we're not friends, Mike. Is this like...
Is this a
Is this a
sign?
revelation? Yeah.
Our clicking preferences don't
we're
match?
Friends. We're friends despite our differences, Evan.
Huh.
It's like that whole
Evan's
why
like,
is
sure.
America so great? It's because of our diversity, man.
Right.
Our diversity. That's what makes us awesome. I don't know if I'm being facetious or not, but
Okay.
either way. All right, so the MK or M1K-W.
Yep.
Got it. I'll have to check that out. And
It's
what
free
kind
real
of
estate.
what kind of mouse goes inside it?
This?
Or it's already. So he's sending the complete mouse or just the shell?
Yep. Complete mouse.
Oh, okay. I see. Very good. Very good. All right. And what's the subreddit here? It's called Mouse Review, huh?
Yep.
Okay. What do we have here? What's the next thing?
The next one's a video. Just click on it and watch the first 5 seconds.
Ready or not? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Lauryn Hill?
It's a new SWAT game.
I thought the same thing, Evan.
Did you watch the first 5 seconds?
Yes, I
Yep.
paused it at 9
It
seconds.
was a
Perfect.
breach.
Did you hear the sounds on
Uh-huh.
that breach? It sounds great, doesn't it? So Ready or Not is a game that was advertised. We talked about 4 years ago. It was supposed to be the replacement. It's supposed to fill the gap that SWAT 4 left, because SWAT 4 obviously came out in like the early 2000s, and when that game finished its run, all the game manufacturers decided nobody likes tactical shooters anymore. And they decided that we're gonna make Rainbow Six Siege, and that's gonna be a new tactical shooter. And of course, it became an arcade game. You know, it's not tactical. People just run around and do whatever they want. It's not a tactical, slow, methodical tactical shooter where you have counter-terrorists versus terrorists. It's not that at all. And so they stopped making games like this. AAA developers just stopped making games like this. So now you have a bunch of small developers who are making games like this, and they're slowly starting to trickle out. One of my favorites, Ground Branch, run by some British guys, Blackfoot Studios out of England. Then you have 0 Hour. I can't remember the name of the group, but it's made by a small dev team of Indian guys, and that game is amazing. It's like $14. It's absolutely amazing. And then you have Ready or Not. So Ready or Not came out. This is the one people are most excited about. It came out with a PvP only alpha, and it was a total fucking shit show. Everyone hated it. It was a disaster, and people wrote Ready or Not off. They're like, "Oh, this game is done. It's dead in the water. Totally DOA." And then they went silent for a while. Got a new publisher named Team 17, and they came out with just the other day, they like 9 or 10 days ago, they raised the NDA off the game and allowed people to start putting out footage of the alpha build, and it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, the AI, like you'll have civilian, so mixed in the world. Basically, we're talking about a game where you are counter-terrorists and you're going in against terrorists or criminals of some sort or regular civilians. Maybe it's an active shooter, maybe it's a hostage situation, whatever the case may be. So you go in and you'll have a civilian run at you. They're unarmed. They're like, ah, and you're like, oh, you're like, get on the ground, and they keep running at you. They get behind you, then they pull out a gun and shoot you. Like, and the thing is, it's all procedural. All that AI behavior is procedural. They don't do the same thing all the time. They aren't in the same place all the time. It's like the game is always trying to find new and inventive ways to ambush your ass. You know, and the game will actually wait for you to pass it. Then it will attack you in the middle of your formation. I mean, it's really cool. There's another scene on here, and I just, this video I've shown here is like a 9-minute kind of super cut of the game being played by Karma Cut and a few other few other famous YouTubers. But one thing I found interesting is obviously you can kick doors open, right? So you kick the door open, and the kick fails the first time because it's random. Sometimes the kick fails, sometimes it doesn't. Well, the kick fails, there's a guy behind the door, right? That guy reacts to hearing your kick, and he starts shooting at the wall. He says, fuck it, starts shooting at the wall and doors and kills one of the CT guys on the other side. You know, shit like that will happen. You know, and of course it has all the whole brevity of counter-terrorist tools. You have the little mirror thing. You can look under the floor and look around. There's traps and booby traps on the doors that'll explode if you go through them. They have breaching shotguns and all kinds of weapons and, claymore mines and hinges made to block the doors so people can't come in behind you because that'll happen. There's all kinds of shit like that, So it's an interesting game. I think it's really cool. I'm excited about it. Right now, it's $120 if you want to get on the alpha. Yeah. So of course I haven't bought it. Last night I was thinking about buying it, but they're out of Steam keys, which is great. So since they're out of Steam keys, they can't sell it. But good news is they're going to be selling it a $40 version on Steam, which will give you alpha and beta access. So I'll probably buy that on Steam when it comes out and say fuck it,
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Before the end of the year. So I'm excited, man. This is an exciting game. It's been hailed as like the most immersive experience. The sound is great. It's like Tarkov, but it's counterterrorism. Super excited about it. So yeah, enjoy the video if you guys want to watch it. If you're into this type of gameplay. It's a slow, more methodical, tactical gameplay. It looks interesting. So, yeah, that's it.
Very good.
Also, I'll say this. Today, totally unrelated, Tarkov is releasing 12.12 point whatever. Patch 12.12. So, today's the 12th month, 12th day, 2021. The wipe for version 12.12 is also today. So, sometime today, they'll be releasing it. It just so happens...
Fresh.
Yeah, so wipe and an upgrade to the Lighthouse map. They'll be adding Lighthouse there, at least.
I saw someone on Facebook complaining about the last wipe. They're like, man, I lost everything.
Well,
Everyone's like, what are you talking about? Like, that's normal.
Yeah, they do that a couple times a year.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, basically.
James, do you know if Pestilli and them are going to be doing like 24-hour stream?
I'm sure they will be.
Probably.
Pestilli seems to always do it. He seems to always do a 0 to 60 in 35 minutes. He's going to stream until he fucking gets to max level.
It's crazy watching some of the guys who are like really dedicated to Tarkov. I really only watch it from like Summit's point of view or sometimes Dr. Lupo, and they're good, but they're not like super dedicated. You switch over to these guys who like are crazy at it, and you look at their stash, and it's like $130 million.
Oh yeah,
God damn,
absolutely. Yeah, Pestilli and fucking Landmark. Landmark's one of the notorious ones. Yeah, watching him, like, he just goes into raids. Like, I'll go into a raid in Tarkov, and I'm terrified. You know, I'm, like, literally crawling around on my belly, ratting around, picking up whatever scraps I can find, looking for dead bodies that have been picked over a million times, just taking out whatever I can. Landmark's bunny hopping across the map with a fucking hatchet in his hand. You know, he's got $120 million kit on, and he's shooting rounds that are 50,000 rubles a round, and he's running around with a hatchet, hatcheting people in the head because he can. You know. So yeah, there's a lot of these people are just god tier. They're just on another level, honestly.
I want you to start playing with that confidence, James.
Yeah.
If you have to do some warm up in an aim trainer to get you to that point, I suggest it.
It's just frustration, man. There's another game called The Cycle that's this. It's Tarkov, but in space. I played one game of it, and man, you haven't played Tarkov in like 10 months, right? I played The Cycle. This is like, I guess about a month ago. And all the Tarkov fucking anxiety came back. I was like, oh, God. Oh, I don't want to lose my gear. Oh, I don't want to die. Oh, let me out of here. All that came back, and I was like, nope. I can't do it. Nope. No more of that. I'm done.
Did you see Super People?
Super People? What do you mean?
It's a new game called Super People. I don't know if it's in open beta or alpha or what yet, but it looks 99.8% like PUBG, but there's also crafting and abilities.
Oh God. No, I didn't see it.
It looks and plays way better than PUBG, but I'm not going to play it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I saw the trailer for Day Before, which everyone thinks is a scam, and it might be. I don't know. And then I saw there's a $2 million tournament, PUBG tournament right now with 35 teams or something like that. I'll be honest with you.
I've been watching that periodically.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident that the after the days of the battle royale are basically done. I feel like Fortnite and PUBG are probably where it's the highest level it's going to ever be. I don't think it's ever going to rise above that. And I think that everyone's basically had their fill of it. I mean, it's cool to go into Warzone and run around and shoot at people a little bit, or something. But I think becomes so repetitive that you're just like, okay, I've done the same thing a million times, And I actually liked PUBG a lot. I had a lot of fun playing PUBG, but I think also I had a problem with PUBG because it's hard to find good, reliable people to play with. That's my problem with most games. Most multiplayer games, you can't find a way to play them, or the people who do play them, they're unreliable, or they play weirdly or do weird shit. Tarkov is a great example of a game that could be amazing. Like, Tarkov has the bones to be Ready or Not. It has everything it needs, and you can tell when you play Tarkov, it's been designed to be played like Ready or Not. A slow-paced, methodical, tactical shooter. Utilizing cover and tools and all this kind of stuff. But people don't play it like that. Everyone plays it like their Landmark. They bunny hop around, getting themselves to back strength. They have 300 strength. They're jumping on top of buildings and shit like that. Jumping fucking 5-story buildings, taking a stem and then falling down and jumping on your head and shooting you in the dome. They're running around with wacky, crazy-ass guns. And they're not playing as a team. If you go in a 5-man stack, you basically have 5 individuals running around. Nobody will listen to each other. That's another reason I dislike Tarkov. Because if you're not a good shooter like me, but you're better strategically or tactically, you could probably, if you had people who were on the same headspace with you could probably do great. Like Squad or something like that. But that's so hard to find people who want to play tactically. You know what I mean? But games like Ground Branch and like Ready or Not, you go into these games and they're inherently filled with people who are slow, methodical, like room clear, left, right, door left, long hallway, door long, that door's open, breach here, it's just different, totally different mindset of gamer.
I think you would open up your options a little bit if you actually tried to improve your aim.
Maybe, but I don't find running around just shooting people fulfilling.
Is that because you are self-proclaimed bad at it?
No, I think it would be boring to me. Like, I mean, I've pulled off big plays and shot tons of people in squad. I'm quite good at killing people in squad. That's not what I draw out of the game. It's not fun. That's not why I play squad. It's not what I find fun about the game. You know what I mean? I mean, when I played Wildlands, which can be played either way, the most fun thing, and in Wildlands, it's easy to kill. It's PvE. So you're killing NPCs all day and all night with other players. And killing people is like whatever. It's inevitable there. The place where you shine is where you pull the whole mission off silent. Or you do it with no one dying, or whatever the case may be. Or you play like you're doing Hitman. You could go in there and kill everybody, but the game rewards the shit out of you for just getting your target. So I don't know, man. I think it just depends. I know what I'm not interested in. I mean, the killing people's not, because I know there could be more. So I think, it's like you play Quake. There's strategy in Quake, right? You're not just running around.
I just run around and shoot people.
No.
There can be strategy.
When you play with a team, though, you're doing those tournaments, there's strategy, right?
There are positions that people normally play.
Sure. That's strategy. Yeah, exactly. So you have some, even if it's a rough outline, I mean, because Quake is a small game. How many people on both sides? 4 people per side?
Between 4 and 10.
So between 4 and 10 people per side in a very, very small, very tight map. So there's probably less strategy as far as like doing this and doing that, but there's certain places you want to control, certain places you want to make sure you get the kills, that kind of thing. So I mean, there's strategy and through all this. You don't go in there as 10, and you're not going to be successful if you go in there as 10 individuals just running around getting kills. You guys will be great at killing people all day, but strategy will outplay killers every fucking time. I guarantee you. Positioning and strategy will always trumps killers. Michael checks back in. He pulled a straight James just there. He was totally checked out of the conversation. He comes like This is what, if you guys ever listen to this podcast and you hear me do that, guarantee you I was asleep before. Michael wasn't asleep just now. He was whatever he was doing. But when you hear me do that, like out of nowhere, I was asleep.
He was checking his Washington apple pie email.
He probably was.
That's right.
Looking for real apple pies.
Looking for the news, man. The news. No, I just browsing Reddit. Evan sent us a Reddit link, so I was like, so I've been going down that rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I've been listening. You're talking about the games, and
you're
there's strategy. There's real strategy. Like okay.
All right, don't check into the last 30 seconds of the conversation. That's fine. It's perfectly fine.
You also can't shoot. Apparently, you're self-proclaimed can't hit anything. So
yeah,
I got it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is not Michael's bailiwick, and I totally understand that. I would, if it was when you guys talk about things I'm not interested in, I'm just like, I'm fighting to stay checked in, so I get it. I totally get it.
You bring up some retro games, I might be interested.
Well, Mike, I think, James, were you about to say the thing I was going to say?
No. Go ahead. I was going to say some weird shit from TikTok. I think I sent it to Mike, actually. So
I believe the chief designer / architect of the NES and SNES died this weekend.
Oh, boy.
Or like Thursday or Friday.
I did not hear about that.
The Famicom or the U.S. version? Or
it was a Japanese guy, so I do not actually know.
Okay. Maybe they're both. I don't know.
Let's see. Creator of NES died. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Masayuki Uemura, creator of NES and SNES game consoles, dies at 78.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn. Well, damn. That's too bad.
We will game in his name.
That's right.
He will continue to game forever in Valhalla. No. Yes. Oh, I might have to hook up my Super Famicom later and play a game
There
in
you
his
go.
honor.
Yeah.
For the honor.
So, Michael, I sent you a thing on TikTok. It was a guy, it's like regular villager relaxing after a hard day of work. And the guy's just sitting there on his lawn with a broom or whatever.
Yes.
And you saw it, right? And then Zelda walks up, and it's like, it's obviously like the player, so it's like bobbing up and down. And the guy's like, the vigil, like, what the fuck? And Zelda's like, and it starts thundering and shit. And Zelda turns around, jumps and falls down a hole. The villager's like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good. Oh, man, TikTok is so fucking crazy, man.
Dude, it is, man. You know what we should do? Maybe we'll have to get Evan in on it. We'll have to make an iPanel account and let Evan have that account so he can go in and start seeing TikTok for what it really is. Because, dude, TikTok is so weird. I was like, you'll be swiping. Everything's cool. It's like thought, video game, dumb shit, thought, dumb shit, atheist bullshit, liberal bullshit, conservative bullshit. Then you'll get one. Dude, I got one today, and it was like talking about critical race theory, but it was insane. It was like the guy was like, you know what critical race theory is actually about? He's like, it's teaching the white man the lessons of the past. And I was like, okay. And then it was like, there's a book called The Delectable Negro about consuming the flesh of Negroes. He's like, this is what critical race is truly about. They're trying to block white people learning about their feasting on the flesh of the black man. I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh my God, what is happening, yo? I was like, what is this? And the guy has the guy has a book cover and all this shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? And it's like, of course, only 3 people have. It's for some reason, because I am liberal, it shows me all this liberal shit. And I guess they just said, well, let's see if he likes this crazy ass shit. And so then I went, of course, I didn't like it. I commented, I was like, yo, read a book, people. Just Google something. Just Google anything. It doesn't matter. This is not what CRT is about. It's not about the delectable Negro.
That sounds like a book I need to get a copy of.
Oh, dude. He goes on and on about, like, black people being eaten in Europe and in the Americas and all kinds. It's crazy, dude. It's some wild shit. And I looked at this guy's page. It's full of wild shit. He has one wild-ass idea after another.
I literally just went to Google.com, typed in Delectable, and the Delectable Negro came up.
There you go.
I was like, oh, shit.
Yep.
Human consumption and homoeroticism within U.S. slave culture. It's a paperback that came out in June 2014.
Mm-hmm.
By Vincent Woodard.
Yeah, probably based on nothing. Isn't that crazy? Motherfucker can write a book and all of a sudden people be like, he's an authority. He's an authority on feasting upon Negroes.
Mm-hmm.
Based on nothing. But we'll cite his book every time we have to talk about this topic. It's crazy, man. But that's why I like TikTok. TikTok's full of insanity. And you'll see people
now.
just say all kind of wild shit.
I think I would rather waste my time watching homesteading videos on YouTube than
I mean, I'm not mad at
flicking
that.
through 15-second clips.
I'm not mad at
people.
that. There's got to be, the thing is about TikTok is there's going to be homesteading videos there. And there's going to be people cooking cool things, and there's going to be people doing cool work, and there's going to be people crafting, and all of that stuff exists on TikTok along with the insanity. It's fucking weird, man. TikTok is a crazy ass place. Like,
James, have you seen those videos of the guy who's like he watches a video of someone making something crazy. Then he's like, huh? He's like, let me try that. And then he tries it, and he's like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah. I've seen this guy. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, that doesn't work, and then he goes and does it. You're like, oh shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's an atheist I started following today, and he has a thing called cap or no cap, and he's like,
Okay.
So then he asks some question about atheism or whatever, and some Christian does whatever, he tries to debunk it or whatever. But I thought that was so funny, and that's a popular thing on TikTok is cap or no cap, across
Cap or
many,
no cap?
many genres, Then
Love
there's
it.
people telling just straight up lies. Dude, there's a guy, his name is...
I don't believe it, James. I believe everything I hear on there.
I can't think of his name, but he's a pilot on YouTube, and he has an air channel where he talks about flying, flight accidents and how things happen. And he's a real pilot, right? And he's always recording in a hotel room because he's always traveling, of course. So he has a TikTok page now, and there's some guy on TikTok, and this girl on TikTok says, she's like, when the plane's crashing, and they tell you to put your hands down like this, she's like, don't do it. You got to relax back, put your knees up against the back of the seat in front of you, and fully relax back like this, and make sure your mouth is open. Like that. She's like, that way the air doesn't... And she's like, she has all this reason for this shit. And the guy's like, the fucking pilot, he redoes her thing. He just reclips her video, and he's like, if you do this, you're going to bite your tongue off, break both your hips, and you're definitely dead. 100%. Mm-hmm. He's like, if a plane crashes to the ground, you're probably dead anyway. But if a rough landing happens, you're probably going to be, that whole sitting crouch is made to help you survive. Okay? Not with your knees against a chair, laying full back with your mouth open and your tongue sticking out to keep your ears from popping or whatever the fuck she said. You know what I mean? It's TikTok is full of wild shit, dude.
Reminds me of Family Guy where Peter's like, you gotta lift with your back.
Yeah, and
take your legs completely out of the equation.
Sharp, jerky motions.
Yep.
Sharp, violent, jerky.
Oh, too good, man.
Yeah,
too
man.
good. James, have you seen any of these self-defense videos?
Yeah.
And the ones that people are making fun of them?
Yeah, it's a black guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those videos are great, dude. So it'll be like some guy, he has a gun, and he's like, make sure you grab the gun like this, and then twist it out of the hand. And the guy's like, of course, when he does it, it's perfect, right? Then the other people make fun of it. They're like, the guy grabs the gun, like, bam! He's like, oh! Dude, it's so good, man. I hate that guy.
Heaven, he's like, I tried it. And he's like, and then it's like,
yeah, and then just turns around, he's in heaven. He's like, oh shit.
He's like, God damn it.
Dude, that whole shit is so funny, man. I hate that guy, by the way, because he's on YouTube Shorts. He shows up there a lot, trying to tell people, he's like, if someone has an assault rifle, make sure. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What are you telling people? Stop telling people dumb shit.
Pretty wild. Oh, Evan's missing out, but that's all right. He's on.
No, I'm
he's
not.
looking at Twitch. He's looking
I
at YouTube.
do have Twitch open right now, actually.
He's looking at YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at Reddit, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And are you still on Discord a lot?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No more of the other one?
No, I don't have a need for that, really.
What's it called? IRC?
IRC, yeah.
So that's gone now. Interesting. Okay. Well, there you go, James. He's got it. He's got his sources already,
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not for everybody. And I totally understand, being like, I don't want to get involved in it. There's a lot of times when I'm sitting there 2 hours in and I'm like, why did I start doing this? Why did I even start this?
Yeah. The one that I still can't get back to is Snapchat. It
Is
serves
that
no
more
purpose
than
to
sending
me.
pictures to each other?
Yeah.
Snapchat has some fun aspects to it, but I think your friends have to be invested in Snapchat, and none of our friends are. I have 2 friends from my old job who use it occasionally for pictures, and they draw like little meme pictures of geese and shit to each other. The goose nest guys. But they're the only ones I
Right.
know who use it. So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't use it.
I see.
So I think if your friends use it, you can have a lot of fun with Snapchat. It's kind of cool, but yeah, most of our friends aren't tech savvy. They barely can manage a text message. They
All
say
these things are distractions from us focusing on the grind, guys.
You're right.
We
You're
need
right.
to get our to level up our lives. I was about to say manhood. I don't know. That's included.
Oh, that too, I guess. But I'm always surprised when I learn. I told you guys this before, I'm sure, but I'm always surprised when I learn that people play video games. I'm like, people
Like
play video
normal
games?
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
normal people. I'm like, huh? Because
I
no one
find-
I know plays video games. I mean,
Fucking-
James does, but
Dude,
Who
Mike
else?
plays video games.
who's Mike?
Mike, the guy from Sapphires. Mike and Josh. Mike and Josh.
Correct.
Yeah,
And that is super shocking to me.
it's really weird. He plays hours of Genshin Impact every day. He's fully addicted to that game. He gets new character. Anytime a new character comes out, he spends like a week leveling it up to max. And he makes fun of people on the Reddit. He's like these casuals. They don't even understand how you have to. He's like, you got to have a character maxed. Like I was like, are you even insane? Like he told me that. I was like, he saw Kindred Spirit. In him. I was like, you don't even realize who you're talking to. I'm a fucking casual, man. I don't play anything seriously. And so I play one game seriously, and that's it. I haven't played that one in like 6 months. So you got the wrong one here. I like talking to him about it though, because you can see he's passionate about this shit. Every time I look at that game, I'm like, look at these little anime bitches assholes. Look at their butt cheeks, And he's gay as a jaybird, so he's thinking about actual gameplay.
It's like that's disrespectful, James.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm always surprised. But
Yep.
I mean, I guess somebody's fucking playing these games, right? They're not selling them to nobody, so
Yeah.
but it doesn't seem people like him would be playing it, right? When you think
Right.
about what Mike and Josh probably do on the weekends, you're like, oh, they watch home improvement shows and they go to the farmer's market. You're not thinking that Josh is in the house gaming for 6 hours. You're not thinking about that. When I go to people's houses and I see they own a PlayStation, I'm like, oh, they use it for watching DVDs. We went to Lydia's house for my birthday, and fucking what's it called? Before you got there, he was playing FIFA, and I was like, oh my god, it's so weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's playing FIFA.
Huh. Well, that makes sense, sort of.
I mean, it does because he likes soccer or whatever. But I'm just like, whenever I see people, I'm like you. Whenever I see people playing games, I'm like, I find it very strange.
Does your roommate play any video games, Evan?
I would say 1 or 2 mobile games on his iPhone. I don't know
God.
what they're called. They are certainly garbage.
Huh. Okay.
But that's still gaming.
I guess I think a fair number
The
of people
great debate.
actually do play those, and I'm just not aware of it.
Yeah, I don't
And-
consider that gaming, but it is still gaming.
I guess it is.
Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't play any games on my phone. Obviously, I guess I'm a fucking weirdo. I don't know, but
Yeah, I have a game. I have like 2 or 3 games on my phone that I've gotten when I've been antsy, and I played them for 2 seconds, and it's like, oh yeah, that's right, this is horrible, and I don't touch them again.
right. Yeah. Well, anyway. All right, they're out there. They're out there, folks.
Yep, gamers among you.
Anything else we want to talk about here? I think we're nearing the end of the line.
Not from me.
James, anything? No?
No, I got nothing else.
You guys got anything coming up this week?
Star Trek Thursdays.
Yep.
Star Trek Thursdays.
I'm
Yep.
getting my booster shot on Tuesday.
Nice.
See how that goes.
Where'd you get it from?
Grocery store?
Kroger?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Okay.
I just threw out a name. That's great. That's awesome. Okay. Well, I got mine at a grocery store too, so there you go. I also got my flu shot.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. So Star Trek Thursdays. So we'll have another wonderful Discovery episode. To
Oh yeah,
watch.
Yep.
and we'll watch
And-
Star Trek 4.
4, the whale one.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the main one, the one everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whenever says, you see that Star Trek movie? They're talking about that one every time, without fail, every time.
It's not a bad movie.
It's not, but people, that's the one, for whatever reason, that's the one I think they showed the most on TV.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're right. It gets always on TBS or some shit. So.
Yeah.
Probably because they interact with current-ish times, and people are like, "Oh, I can relate to this."
Right. Exactly. Kirk gets to say double dumbass on you.
Computer. Like, what?
Oh, that shit
Yeah.
is great. Dude, my mom used to die. She used to love that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Computer.
Montgomery Scott.
See, the guy's like, just use the keyboard. And he looks at him, he's like, the keyboard, huh? Okay. He's like, how quaint. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you saw it was a Mac, right?
You know what's funny? When you see that, when you see that, there's very few scenes, at least that I can remember, in that generation of Star Trek, where any of them ever talk to the computer and say, "Computer, could you blah 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 blah?" Maybe occasionally it's happened,
They never do.
but
They
I've never
do.
heard them. I never have any notable.
They only,
not
they
like
only do that in Star Trek The Next Generation.
yeah,
and later.
not like Next Generation. Yeah,
No, they never talk to the computer, as far as I can tell. Maybe once or twice, you're right. But
yeah. I think it's like once or twice I can recall like Kirk saying "computer" blah blah blah, but that's like not a normal thing. You know,
yeah,
it's not a normal thing at all.
It's not a normal thing. They're normally like punching stuff up, however they do
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah, and looking through the scope.
Yeah.
For some reason, they're like, "Oh,
Yeah, I
there's
remember
life signs."
Spock
Like, really,
doing that, and I'm
motherfucker?
like, what is he? I'm like, what
What
is
are
he
you
looking at?
Yeah.
Like, why is it through this little scope thing? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Or putting a fucking flashlight in your ear. You're like, "Oh, Captain, I don't hear anything. There's nobody over there." I'm pretty sure I heard a goose fart, Captain. I don't know. Maybe everybody's dead.
What, Uhura?
Jeez. Yeah, man.
We gonna keep it going? We gonna go into the Next Generation movies?
Oh, we can. I like Next Generation movies. They're good. They're fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we already watched 6, so there's no reason to watch that again, huh?
Yeah, we can skip
All
that.
right.
Yeah, we'll do 4. So do 4. We'll do 4 this week. Again, guys, screening room is there. I set it up as I said I would. So 7:30ish, I think, right?
Yep.
On
7:30
Thursday.
p.m. Eastern Time. Yes.
Yep.
We will watch the
Maybe
Trek.
we can watch. Maybe we can watch. When does Expanse come? Expanse comes on Friday. Maybe we can wait a week and we'll get 2 Expanses behind us. We can do one. We can do an Expanse maybe. If you guys haven't seen it yet, we'll see. If you guys watch it, then whatever. But if you haven't seen it, maybe we can do an Expanse.
Oh, right. Okay.
At the minimum, we'll hit the Reddit and flame some kids.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Put them in their places.
Yep.
You didn't actually comment on anything, did you?
No, I didn't. But this week I will. This week I'll comment. I'll write some. I'll start sparking up my damn. I'll get on people's shit lists.
It's like, the show is bad and you should feel bad for liking it. Boom. No. whatever.
I'm tasking either of you with this. Make an IO Panel podcast Reddit account if there isn't one already, because we do actually have a subreddit.
Yeah.
We do have a subreddit. Yes.
And then like post all about our podcast somewhere, and then start shit posting on Star Trek. So when they click on the account, they'll see like, oh, or I actually have like a website and everything, and they'll generate some more traffic.
It's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
It'll be hate traffic, but we
Yeah.
should do it. Yeah.
We have a we have an IO panel email address, so we can use that to register.
Yeah. We should make
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, if there's nothing else, Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us on another wonderful episode of the IO Panel. Please check out our website, iopanelpodcast.com. You can subscribe to our podcast. All the links are over there on the right-hand side, including links to the show, video, our Discord server, email, all our social media accounts. Everything's there. Check it out. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback at iopanelpodcast.com. We do read the emails. We do respond to the emails, typically. So please send us what you got. Once again, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
So baby, double down.